Everyone. Hi, hello. How are we doing today? Seems like I'm kind of like out of frame. Just 1 second. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like it seems to be like a little bit better. It seems like I'm in frame now. Yeah, how you guys doing? Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have the Silent Hill that is a 4. What do you have here for it today? Let's see. Hi Jay. Hey Cat Peasant, how are you doing? Hello. How's it going? Hello, welcome. So, chat, so this is embarrassing, but I guess PCSX2, for some reason, well, I mean, it's technically working, it's just I had to reinstall it, and I guess I forgot to get a BIOS file. So now I had to go and fetch one really quickly, and hopefully it isn't too tedious, so if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna be doing that in the background. Shouldn't take too long. It's really easy, but yeah, but anyways, but yeah, how you guys doing today? Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great great weekend. Trying to stay cool and cozy. It's been absolutely dreadful over here in California. My God, the heat has just been dreadful. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just been so yeah, it's been brutal, man. It's been like over like the hundreds as of recently, and it really sucks. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I really do miss me some autumn. I love autumn. I love fall. I'm such like a huge fall person, and it breaks my heart that it's not fall yet. But you know, a couple months, right? I think like August or September. I think towards September, I would say. But yeah, but how you guys doing today? How's it going? How's it going? Hi Joe, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, Gamamon. I'm doing alright, just trying to stay cool. Trying to, you know, just stay hydrated, drinking like so much water lately. And yeah, actually I forgot to get water. I'll have to go get it before we start today, but yeah, but I've been okay. It was a bit of like a rough weekend with like flare-ups, unfortunately, which sucks, but right now I'm trying to like mitigate from having any like at all on stream or just in general. So if I'm kind of out of it today, it's because I've just been not doing like the best when it comes to like my flares, unfortunately. So yeah, but I'll let you guys know how I'm feeling, but I think I should be okay for it today. But yeah, but you know, I just been trying to take it easy, been trying to like, you know, do what I can and manage. And yeah, it's kind of it though. How about you, Gamamon? How's it going? Let's see. Okay, do I finally have the BIOS? Also, if you guys, again, just to like reiterate, I'm just kind of, trying to install these BIOS because PCSX2 had to be reinstalled with the newest nightly, I believe, update. So hopefully, let's see. Hopefully these are the BIOS that I need. I really hope so. Let's see. Let me get it running really quickly. Yo, what's up, Harry at the Disco? How's it going? Hello, Jay. Hi, everyone. Hey, Forsali, how are you doing? How's it going? Hey, just Coney. It's cold where I'm from. Oof, man. I wish I was wherever you are, Lane. I hate the heat over here in California. It's the worst, man. You know, you think you'd get used to it, since, you know, like I live here in California. I've been living here for my whole life, and you think like you get used to the heat, but no, you don't. I don't think you ever really do. You know, I think like even if you are like in a specific I don't know, I guess like country, and you just kind of like adapt too much of like, you know, the region, specifically just I guess like, I don't know, the weather, for example. I feel like most people, you would just kind of grow to have this like tolerance to it, as opposed to someone who maybe, I don't know, is like traveling from like a different like region or continent, and then they like, let's just like go to like California, and it's just like a whole like, you know, 180 shift compared to where they live. And you know, you think Californians would be able to just like manage it. It's like, no. No, absolutely not the case. Yeah. What's up, Jay? What's up, Zenny? I'm doing alright. How about you? I'm just trying to do some troubleshooting right now with PCSX2. I don't know why it's not finding my BIOS. It's just so bizarre. I can't seem to understand why it's not configuring or even like authenticating actually. Let's see. Hopefully this is the one. Let's see. Okay, I have a bunch of different type of BIOS too. Okay, so there's a folder, let's see. Oh, is it because I didn't select it? I am such a dummy. It's it's because I didn't select it. Okay, well now I have to add my games, because of course I have to add my games. Okay, we're troubleshooting. We're taking our time. I'm sorry, guys. I deeply apologize. If it wasn't this, then it was gonna be the Silent Hill 4 PC port, which I actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if people would prefer that actually. Now that I'm kind of like having like everything kind of come to pass. Let's see. Okay. All right. Cool. Setup is complete. Awesome. Now we have a download an update. Okay, this is fantastic. We're having a great time. The rain is so worth it. The rain, yeah, I love the rain. Rain is definitely like my favorite pastime to kind of just like indulge in, you know. I miss the rain. The rain is like one of my favorite pastimes, you know. But hopefully it rains, I don't know, sometime soon. I don't know. Hey, Pander, how you doing? How's it going? Hi everyone, hey Sun Reaper, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Cali heat sucks, climate change has made it worse. Yeah, I've noticed it's been much more unbearable lately. When it comes to the, I guess like, sorry, I hit my microphone, the weather forecast, I guess. Just the weather in general, it's been, lately like in the hundreds, and it's not that I'm not like accustomed to it. Usually I am. I think most Californians are, and just people in the Pacific Northwest, really. But it's been much more adamant lately, aggressive, I would say. And it's definitely, I don't know, it's just kind of odd and unusual. I guess, you know, Mother Nature is just angry. It's just pissed off. But, you know, it's all good. I mean, you just kind of have to like adapt, I guess. It's all we really can do, I suppose. But yeah. But I don't know. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. I haven't really been like the biggest fan of the weather lately. I've just honestly been like inside, like just this past like month, just been inside the house. I would love to take walks, and I would love to be like more outside, but it's just been so damn hot lately. And usually if I really want to like stress it out, then I just kind of like go in the morning or towards the evening, but even then it's just so like exhausting. Okay. Alright, I believe I have everything set up, you guys. I deeply apologize for just the sort of a discrepancy here. Or just like the little setback here. But yeah, okay, I think I will now give you guys my full undivided attention. Oh man. Also sorry for the Windows notification. I was speaking like this error like just so much lately. Okay. Hi, hello, how are we doing? I'm here. I am present. We need to just get you a PS2 and a capture card, J-Kun. Crowdfund works. If you guys want to donate to the cause, then coffee works too. I feel like that's like probably like the best case scenario. I say jokingly, but also literally too. So, I got the PC port from GOG a while back. It runs and works fine until I deleted my save file. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear about that. Maybe if you go into your recycle bin, you can recover it. I don't know. I never had that happen before, but I'm sorry to hear about that. I think you mentioned that too last time, just Coney. That's why we have the emulator, just for like save states as well. I miss rain. Rain is so nice. Me too. I miss rain. I miss rain quite a lot. Yeah. I used to love just like waking up like in the mornings, like at 6 in the morning, or just whenever I wake up. I'm an early bird, so usually like I especially if it's like a rainy day, I would just like sit by my window and just kind of like watch the rain. It's always a nice pastime. It's definitely my favorite. Hey man, hey, what's up? My love is all mine. Hi, how are you doing? I love my Heather duck. Got it next to my mini Silent Hill 3 PS2 box keyring and my Heather figure. Hey, nice, Peculiar. I saw that on the Discord server. I'm happy you got your little Heather duck. Congrats. We can now twin. We can now twin. I'm kind of sad that there's not like a little like, you know, quack quack or something. It'd be really funny if you just like kind of squeeze the Heather duck or just like the duck. It just makes like a, I don't know, some like marketable, I don't know, like a sound effect from like Silent Hill 3 or something that Heather makes. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. Even things over here in the Midwest is terrible. I cannot fathom nor imagine Snow Reaper. God, I can't imagine. How is it over there? How is it over there, wherever you guys are in the States or just like in your respective region? Yeah, like I already know how it is over here in Cali. It's miserable, but how's it over there with you guys? I imagine like it's probably like great like in the like the more like cooler regions, but even then like when you're in, like a cold climate, I imagine like it's, you know, it has like its like own trade-offs too as well. I think any weather has like its trade-offs, and I think that's, you know, kind of just, I guess like the precedent much of the time, so I don't know. I can make a stream. Hey, what's up, Lights? Long time no see. How you doing? How's it going? I saw you on Etsy the other day. I was on Etsy because I've been looking like for like Silent Hill merch, and I saw your Etsy shop. It was really cool. Love to see it. How you doing? Long time no see. How's it going, Lights? Such a cute ducky. It is a cute ducky. I called it Dether Duckson or something. As like a little dumb inside joke or something like that. But yeah, I saw that when I was shopping today. I was tempted to get them. Really, the ducks, the Silent Hill ducks, the tubs. I don't know where you'd find them, at least like in person, maybe the mall, I suppose. I feel like Hot Topic is the type of store to kind of cater to these types of merchandise. Hot Topic is definitely one of them. GameStop too, but you know, you know how GameStop is. GameStop is just like a merchandise for like, you know, I like to think GameStop is like the mediocre version of Hot Topic. The discount version of Hot Topic. I really want a James Duck for real. I feel like the merchandise for Silent Hill is so weird. Like you have like recently the James Sunderland backpack or the Silent Hill 2 backpack for like 120 USD, and then now you have like the tubs with like Silent Hill 3 and then Silent Hill 2, but like no James. It's really inconsistent for some reason. I don't know. Konami has like the weirdest track record for merch, and it's like they like supplement material, like they like drip feed, but then it's like drip feeding stuff that you want, but then it's like, cool, but I want this, and it's like, no. And then maybe like 5 years later they actually give you what you want or something. So I don't know. The official Konami gear store is so odd to me. It's weird. Hopefully they're more consistent. But yeah. Hi Jay, how are you? I just got off from work. Can't wait to enjoy your stream. Oh, thank you, Danjin. I'm glad you just got off work. Perfect timing, actually. Yeah, I'm okay. I've had a pretty rough weekend of flare-ups. I'm trying to like mitigate them today. Just been drinking nothing but water because I was having bladder issues, so I had to stay hydrated. Don't hold your pee. But yeah, but I'm okay. I just been trying to like, you know, just work on health, stay healthy, and you know, just try to like do what I can. You know, that's all we can do, right? Yeah. Lots of survival horror stuff. Yeah, Lights does have an Etsy shop. They have like some of the best stuff I've seen there. Love your work, Lights, especially the SH posters. They're so cool. I gotta get myself one of your merch whenever I have the money. It's so expensive, but I would totally buy one of your merch whenever I can. Definitely like one of the things that is like a top priority for me. Yeah. Damn, Jay, you look good, healthy. Oh, thank you, Shy. Also, how you doing, Shy? How's it going? Yeah, thank you. How's it going? The Silent Hill Ducks, they were in HMV. I don't know what the acronym for HMV is. I almost thought you said DMV. I was like, the DMV has Silent Hill merch? Huh, I gotta go to the DMV now. It seems like there's like incentive there. Speaking of DMV, I actually have to get my card reinstated, and I have to get like a new one since it's that time of the year again. I think like every 4 years, right? Unless it's different within state to state. I think in California it's like every 4 years, right? I could be wrong though. I'm good, thank you, Jay / Clark.
Hope you're doing well too. I know you got the evil chronic illness like I do. Yes, we are the chronic illness girlies, you know. But yeah, but I'm okay. I've just been trying to manage. I've just been trying to like just stay healthy. You know, it's all we really can do, especially if just how expensive it is nowadays just to take care of yourself. It's brutal. It's really like gut-wrenching a lot of the time. So yeah, but thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. I hope your chronic illness isn't too harsh on you, and you're doing likewise well for yourself too. It's great to have you. It's been a long time. I spent entirely too much time in Hot Topic as a teenager now. Yeah, it's funny because in high school I thought I'd be more into like more of like the emo kind of like goth sort of like scene, but I never was. All things considered, because much of like my color palette is like gray, blackish, you know, dark gray, and the latter. But I don't know. I never had that sort of like phase. Interestingly enough, but yeah, I don't know. I always been just kind of like minimalist or something. Don't know. Never had that phase. Konami's merch is so hit and miss, quality all over the place. Honestly, it really is. Recently, they had the frickin' James Sunderland body pillow or something as well. It's all over the place. I love Silent Hill 2, but I also hate Silent Hill 2 because it's just so oversaturated, and I just wish like they'd give us something different for once, like Silent Hill 1 merch or Silent Hill like 4 merch, you know? Like I get Silent Hill 2 as the beloved like, you know, child that is like pampered like 24/7, and same applies to Silent Hill 3. Again, nothing against it. It's just there needs to be more like flavor and variety, and it just sucks that it's so complicit to just those specific entries in the franchise, because I feel like there's a bunch of people that want that diversity and they're not giving that. And you know, for a company that wants to increase its profits and, you know, capitalism, you think they would do that, but they don't, and it's just so weird. Companies are so weird. Like you can give them like the like in a million like $1 billion idea, and they're like, nah, let's just do this instead. And it's like, brother, why? It's like, brother, I'm literally giving you like like eggs in a nest of just a golden egg of like opportunities and ideas, and it's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Oh man, hashtag chronic illness girlies, hashtag indeed, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jay. No rush or pressure to ever buy from my store. Shipping is so expensive right now. I'm hardly able to do free shipping on stickers. So awful. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that lights in the sky. I'm sorry. Yeah, my mom has her own business too. She does her own like little like side hustle, and you know, she has like her own self-made business. And yeah, she does tell me when it comes to like shipping costs, really expensive. It makes sense why a lot of like sellers, especially if you're like independent, you have to kind of like increase the shipping costs, because I imagine it's really expensive to ship that out much of the time, and just in general too. So yeah, I feel for you. I sympathize with you. So, but I hope it gets better. I really do hope so. Just hang in there, of course. Come on, Baldur's Gate 3 stickers too. How is Baldur's Gate 3? I've heard about it, but I'm not too much into the D&D scene. It sounds really fun though. Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Hashtag more Sound of 4 love. Yes, it is the Sound of 4 stream, the one and only. How you doing, Marco? How's it going? What do you think about Eileen Death ending? It was ending I achieved on my first playthrough. Oh, the bad ending. I don't know. I mean, given Silent Hill and it's sort of like bad endings, I guess it's kind of like the sort of like obligatory bad ending you kind of expect, where everyone kind of like dies. I think like the worst ending, right, is when Walter Sullivan like wins and achieves the 21 sacraments, and he's able to rekindle with his mother, which is, you know, the literal manifestation of Room 302, which he still believes is his mom. Um, which we'll definitely see when we play the game. But yeah, no, I think that's like really I think the worst ending. No, I think it is. I believe, but I could be wrong though. But we'll see. We'll get into the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes or something like that. Did you see the Silent Hill Downpour native PC port? I did, Bubba. I did actually. And that's pretty cool. I can't believe someone actually did it. Not only did they rewrite the source code and make it manageable. But they even re-included cut content, which is insane. That's such a commendable effort. I never thought anyone would actually do that. It's interesting because Downpour was supposed to have a PC port when it was first released, or when it was getting, its whole like publicity and promotion from the marketing standpoint. Um, but it was initially supposed to be on all platforms, so the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. But there is a sort of like delay, I guess, and they couldn't, I think, afford it due to budget constraints. I believe. So yeah, but it was initially supposed to get a PC port. And so to see that is really cathartic, to see that self-realized. So I actually do have it downloaded. I just have to, I think, install the ISO file, and I have to get that running and working. But because it's, again, realized and something we can actually delve into, I definitely want to use that and purpose that for the Silent Hill Down portion when that comes to pass, which probably will be like a month from now in August or something. I don't know, we'll see. But I have heard about it. Honestly, I'm so over Silent Hill 2. SH4 is my new best Silent Hill. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Sounds like someone has bias. But you wouldn't be a Silent Hill fan if you don't have bias, right? So yeah. They've got a lot of Silent Hill F merch going right now. I saw that recently. Yeah. I've yet to buy like any Silent Hill merch. Well, I mean, the recent one is the Heather Mason Tubbs duck, but that was from my partner. Which, definitely love my partner for getting me. Very, very, very cute. Love the little Heather Mason rubber ducky. Yeah. But no, I did see that. Definitely had to lock in for that too. And eventually I'm assuming Townfall as well. But yeah. Shipping literally ruins everything economically in Canada. Really, I feel like everywhere it's terrible, right? I feel like that's kind of like the notion, maybe. I don't know. Have you ever given Shadow Memories on Wii a chance? It's honestly such an underrated gem in my opinion. Um, I have played Shadow Memories. I've never played it on the OG hardware on the Wii, but I have played it on the emulator, specifically PCSX2. Actually, earlier today was running all of the Silent Hill games on the emulator, just to see how it's running, because I pretty much kind of repurposed it for like like quality life improvements. So like HD texture pack, 60 FPS, 4K resolution. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to playing the games on the emulator. I don't know why. I just kind of prefer it for some reason. I don't know. It's just always been kind of like my go-to. I guess I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, should look really good. I think should look really nice. Let me see if my settings are configured actually. Double. Wow. Okay, it isn't. Well, thanks PCSX2 for literally screwing me over. Thanks. Now I have to do this right now too. Appreciate it. Okay, well, that's fine. We just have to focus on SH2 right now, so that that's it's all good. Neither here nor there. Should be good to go though. Yeah. Let's see. How are we doing on stream chat? I think we're doing actually not too bad. We're doing all right. Let's just chat for like a little bit, chat, and we'll just like yap for a little bit more, just have more people join stream, and then we'll continue with SH2. I'm sorry, SH4. My mind's all over the place today, but it's all good. Yeah, okay. I think it should be good to go though, but we will see, I guess, when we start it, I guess. Yeah. At least their t-shirts are better than Capcom's though. Really? I don't like the t-shirts, Lights. I don't like the Soundwell t-shirts. They look like baby's first graphic design on Photoshop when it comes to making graphics or graphic tees. It looks terrible. I'm sorry. Like I don't like it, man. It's horrible. Like, I mean, we can look at it right now if you want to, since we're just kind of like shooting the shit. But yeah, yeah, no, brother, no. I am not a fan of the graphic tees for the Sound Hole merch. It's pretty bad. Like the graphic designer in me like looks at it and just is absolutely just kind of like, oh, my bad. I don't have my. There we go. Like the graphic designer look in me just kind of like looks at it and it just has like this visceral disgust. Like like what is this? Like there's like just so much bloat everywhere. But I will say, maybe given like the benefit of the doubt, maybe this is just a style that I'm not like really like aware of, that I believe is like a trend. It's something. I'm trying to think of it, but I just don't know. For me, it's just like a lot of bloat. I just don't like how there's just like so much going on, you know? Just like the whole like obligatory like quotes or whatever. Well, for one, this is just like a synopsis, it seems like. It's like, why would you tell me the synopsis? Like, I don't want to know about that. Like, why would you know? And then you just have like the lazy, just like FMB like screenshots that are just like implemented on the graphic. I will say this is cool though. This is promotional artwork. I believe when they were promoting the game, I think like at E3, then you have like the logo, and then you have like Japanese text because I guess it's a Japanese IP. I don't know. There's just so much going on, and it's like just have a consistent like theme, you know? There's like no consistency, and it's just so much. It's just all over the place. Like this one's terrible. This is absolutely like awful. I hate this. Like again, baby's first like graphic design. Like it's horrible. I hate it. Like to each of everyone's own. If you like it, then I'm not gonna, disparage you. Please by all means, rep the merch. It's just there's just so much better here. Like you can like repurpose this for, like it's just so lazily thrown together. It's horrible. Like, oh my God. But I don't know, maybe it's like the aesthetic. It kind of reminds me of like those PS2 or 2000s like what is it called? Like like retail like covers, like you would see like on the PS2 or something, maybe like on the back or something. That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. But it's gone awful. No. No. They're still not as bad as Capcom. I will die on my hill. I will die on this hill, my guy. Is Capcom worse? Let's see. I mean, since we're talking about it, Capcom, do they have like a merch store? Let's see. I'm on Capcom's website. Capcom USA. Um, I'm seeing games, but I'm not seeing merch. I don't want to take too long here, guys, but let me see. Oh, here we go. Capcom official merchandise. Let's see. Oh. Oh no. Oh, lights. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, I can see what you're saying. I was yeah, I looked at it, and yeah, the one with Rose, this is bad. This is really, really bad. Oh no. Okay, this is okay, you're right. You're right. There's no way Capcom, there's no way they're putting this out. Really? This is something you'd find like on eBay or like one of those like third party like retailers. Like this is oh man. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, I take it back. You're right. Yeah. Okay, this is like Pablo Picasso compared to whatever this is. Oh man. Oh, this is bad. How does Capcom allow this? Guys, no way. This is bad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, people love Resident Evil, but at least Silent Hill has decent merch. Oh, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, this reminds me of like those YouTube thumbnails that you'd find where people just like don't really know how to like make a thumbnail, and like they just kind of go on Photoshop for the very first time and they just decide to make like some, beginner entry thumbnail. Again, like you're not gonna like really care much about it when you just like want to like put out the video itself. So you just get this instead. Like okay, well, you're right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. This is really bad. This is pretty bad. Compared to this is like the second coming of Christ. Okay. I take it back. You're right. I take it back. Okay. I take it back. All right, well, this is PCS62. We have it set up now. We have Silent Hill 4. Let's see. We have patches enabled. Emulation. Let me put on the multi-threading really quickly. Graphics I think is good. I'm running Vulkan, just so it supports my GPU. Yeah. I don't know, chat. Do you want to do the port or should we just do the emulator? I don't mind which either. I really don't mind whichever we do. I believe I have it installed on GOG as well, but it really is up to you guys. You can go either wrong with either or. We can run a poll if you want to, I guess, but just I don't know, what do you guys prefer? There's nothing compared to Rockstar's merch. I'm not even gonna go into that rabbit hole. Maybe on my own time, but so I just oh man. This is why Capcom fan merch exists for real. This is why Etsy exists just in general, because you have to leave the fans to do the heavy lifting, right? So yeah. You want to see bad looking merch? Look up Kerwin Frost Yakuza clothing. Oh god. I don't even know if I want to. Actually, let me see. Because I had to restart everything. Yeah, okay. I have to do this now too. Okay, that's fantastic. I think we might just go with the PCSX2 port, not gonna lie. I think we might just do that instead. Nope. What are we doing? There we go. Man, I'm just all over the place today, huh? I am so sorry, guys. I'm genuinely sorry. I apologize. Let's see. It's kind of taking a little while to register, it seems like. Um, yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, I think this should be... One second, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like just so behind today. Why am I never not but never why am I never not behind? How can I ever be a professional streamer when I'm doing stuff like this? Okay. I think we're good to go though. I think we're good to go. Do whichever gets us to Eileen faster. Okay, but bro wants to just see Eileen. Bro just wants to see Eileen, I guess. Leon Must Die is the early thumbnail for RE9 update. Yeah, I believe it is, right? Title, talking about bad merch and trying to set up a name later. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could do the PCS62 emulator since we're already on here. Might as well, right? And if that goes, not according to plan, then we can just switch over, whichever. Yeah, Eileen is best girl. There's no argument against it. I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's just do the emulator, and then we're just gonna get going, I guess. Let's see. Let's just test this really quickly. Let's do a fast boot. Let's see. Okay, I see this going, but why is it not on full screen though? Let's see. Display. Okay. Why is it not, Also, yes, I know it's a great song. Trust me, I know it's a great introduction song. It's just I don't know. I don't want to get copyright claimed. Let's see. Double click toggles full screen. Oh yeah, I know, but it's not. Well, for one, let me see something. Audio. It's pretty loud. Gotta love the Spanish music, right? I think this should be good right here. I'll raise the desktop audio a little bit. Okay, why is it not letting me click on the full screen? I'm so... I don't understand. Yeah, okay, double scrig, high cursor and full screen, render to separate video, sign big picture mode, start full screen. I guess. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me... That's my stomach right now.
I can't believe it's not. This was working fine earlier too, so I don't really know what's going on, guys. Borderless full screen. Yeah, I don't. Here, let me try exiting the emulator and then we can restart. Let's see. Guitar on main menu is the best. Jay taking the words out of my mouth. That song, Room of Angel. Room of Angel is pretty great. Yeah, I love Room of Angel. I just hit my microphone. Um. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 Now let's start you. There we go. Finally, we got it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I'm just waiting for the game to do its thing. Okay, I can hear the audio, but it's not picking up for some reason on OBS. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so we have that going, but why does the game look terrible? It looks like really crunchy. Yeah, it looks really... Oh my god. Okay, I guess we're still troubleshooting. Great. Okay. Game, why are we doing this right now, game? Um, did it not? Oh, I see. Okay. It didn't register. Okay, it didn't get the resolution going. Okay. Okay, this should work now. Um, yeah, this should be okay, I believe. I'm so sorry, chat. God, I'm just not on it today. Wow. I'm embarrassed actually. Genuinely embarrassed. Oh man. Okay. I had a coworker start singing Room of Angel once. Didn't even know he knew what Santa was. That was pretty cool. I feel like the best sort of like relationship start when you just kind of like have that, just unexpected interaction. It's like, you know that too? Oh my God. And then you just like start like hyperfixating and then it's like, did we just become best friends? And it's like, I think we just did. Yeah. Okay. I think we should be good to go. I don't know why the hell this is just happening with PCSX2. I don't know why. Um, it is admittedly a little bit annoying though. Not gonna lie. I have no idea why it's doing this right now. Maybe because of OBS? It could be because of OBS too, now that I think about it. But let's see. Okay. Double click toggles full screen. Allow switching in and out of full screen mode by double clicking the game window. Yeah. Okay, so if that's enabled, then why would it not allow me to do that? That doesn't make any sense, no? Oh, because the game. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay, let's start this one more time. Okay, now it's picking my mouse up. Why is it picking up my mouse? Um, did I... Oh, is it because the controller picked up my mouse, maybe? Let's see. I think it did. Yeah, I think it may have accidentally picked up my mouse. Whoops. Okay, let's see. I wish we had elevator music on right now. Okay, this should be good to go after we do this. Okay. Don't pick it up, please, maybe? There we go, finally. Okay, we finally got it. We finally got it. Okay, cool. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it. Alright. I think we're okay. I think we're good to go. Hey, Devil Booning. Hi, hello. How are you doing? We're playing Silent Hill 4.
Well, we're trying to, but for some reason, OBS is just being so damn weird. Okay, I think we're good now. I think we're okay. Do you guys see the screen? Do you guys see me messing around with the menu? Is this something we all see, chat? I'm gonna turn off the noise. And I think this is how we're gonna leave these settings right now. There we go. We see it? Okay, cool. Nice. Alright, epic win. Cool beans. Okay, cool. Alright, I am so sorry about that. That was very, very prolonged when it needs to be. Okay, so Silent Hill 4. It's been a while since I last played it. I do have a little guide on my second monitor, so if we do get lost, I'll just be using it. We have played this game many times before. This game will probably take us a couple streams, because it is really a little bit frustrating in terms of its jank with its gameplay. Specifically, its combat, and also just like the meticulous backtracking most of the time in the second half. It could be very... tedious is the best word, but I think when you kind of get like into it, it's not too bad. It's just very different from what you're like used to with the first 3 games. But yeah, should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since we last played Silent Hill 4, so should be good to go. Let's just do normal, because I don't even want to dare try hard on Silent Hill 4. Let's go. Tedious equals absolutely the best word for Silent Hill 4. Ooh, look at the little, oh, that's right. So like little like Easter egg that you can do on the PS2 version is, you can move around like the little, figure, I'm assuming the ghost. Much like how you would see in the games. It was 2 years ago, I mean in the gameplay. It was 2 years ago that Henry Townsend moved into room 302 of the South Ashfield Heights, an apartment building. Oh, okay. But 5 days ago, something strange happened. He began to have a recurring dream each night. One other thing. What could have happened? He couldn't leave room 302. I guess he couldn't unlock the door. Huh. That's weird. Yes, tedious, I like how that sounds really sinister. What is your favorite Silent Hill games? My favorite Silent Hill game... Well, you said games, so that's plural. Silent Hill 1 and 3. They're my favorites. But I would say Silent Hill 1 is my favorite Silent Hill game. Room of Angel is a beautiful song. I also like Sound Circus a lot too. I like Sound Circus as well. Do 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 do. I love the sort of like experimental sort of like is it orchestrals or just kind of music that Akira Yamaoka does with this game. I love how experimental it could be. It's very like haunting, but also has like a lot of huge focus on beats. I noticed it feels very lo-fi in a way. It's like the earliest introduction of lo-fi beats, lo-fi hip hop. But I think back in the day it was trip hop, right? I think lo-fi originates from trip hop actually. But yeah, you can definitely like hear it like radiate with Akira's soundtrack in this game. What's in this room? Yeah, it's like it looks like a terrible compressed PNG image right there. Okay. It's covered in blood and rust. This is my room, but what the hell has happened to it? This room, is it really my room? I don't know, man. Is it really your room? It's in terrible shape. The air is so heavy, my head hurts. The window, I can't get it to open. Okay, let's go outside. The scream sounded like me when I woke up today. Did you wake up in pain just, Connie? Is everything good? The door shut tight, it won't open at all. To this very day, I think this game holds up really well, especially with the graphics. Like, it looks really, really good. This game came out in 2004, 12 years ago. I'm sorry, 22 years ago, which is insane. I imagine this must have been like a really huge change of pace for anyone who was like a Silent Hill fan in the early days. and to see this in first person must have been like such a huge catharsis. The door's shut for good. These shoes, they're not even my size. I like that's the comment. The door's shut tight, it won't open at all. I'm not interested in food at all, my head hurts. Thank you, Adochido Style, for the $2 donation. Alright, who's renting this apartment with me? I'm here with you. Do you see the terrible inflation prices that have skyrocketed with apartments here in the US? Abysmal. In California, actually, to get a studio apartment, it's around like $1,500, and that's just like in Long Beach or like in the LA area. It's pretty bad, and that's for like a 400 square foot studio apartment. I like the notion of the sort of like realtors trying to like, you know, market off the apartments to you like in the low cost range that's below 1,500 for like a studio, and it's like trying to be like really generous with like that sort of like, you know, slash cut rate or price range that's below 1,500. And it's like, oh yeah, you get like all these cool comedies, but like you see the interior design is just like absolutely just like horrid. Like it's just like kind of like barely just up to snuff with the apartment interior. Like the utilities need to be fixed. Like the shower, like the water's barely running. The you know the utilities are just like not working. What is this photo? Question mark. It's all faded and I can't see it as well. My friends have never seen or played Silent Hill 4. I'm excited to play it for them soon because they're so scared of everything. LOL. Nice. It's always really funny to be someone who loves horror games and to be able to play them while your friends are just like absolutely just like petrified whenever like you play like a horror game, you know. It's really funny with the dichotomy of that. Where did this big TV come from? I thought I had a record player here. I don't even know what this is. It's a radio. What's going on with that radio? The window, I can't get it open. Who is this guy? Question mark. Yeah, who is this guy, chat? He looks pretty bland. I feel like there's something to him. I just can't put my finger on it. Who are all these people? 21 people. It can't be. Why are they here? 21 people. I wonder if there's something to do with 21. I don't know. Something with 21. Interesting. Creepy. It looks like a face. That's just Coney waking up in the morning. Okay. Let's get out of here. I'd be happy to clean it too. You know, it's funny you say that because I actually love cleaning. I know a lot of people hate cleaning. I know people really despise cleaning, but I love cleaning. I actually find cleaning to be really mentally distressing in a way. Like I tend to distress and I'm sorry, decompress when I clean, especially when it's to myself. I feel like cleaning could be very what is it called? Stimulating in a way. I feel like you're like really productive and you kind of like feel more in control in a way of like your bearings and surroundings, and you don't have to like really worry about like anything else getting in your way. Yeah, cleaning is like definitely like something that like, I really enjoy, especially if it's like my room. I love just keeping everything like really articulate and like clean in my room. Like my bed, my clothes, my desktop. I take pride in my desktop as well, so yeah. That's expensive, yeah. And in California, the market rates for studios, it's just insane compared to like maybe in the East Coast, which funnily enough I actually have done research in the East Coast, or just anywhere else but here for like the whole like price rates, and yeah, it's crazy. Like to get like a 1-bedroom, I think in the East Coast, at least from what I was when I was doing research, it's like below like 1,000. And I was like, damn. And they come with like
like all the utilities much of the time, like a lot to like accommodate the person who's leasing the apartment. Thank you, Patrick Rafferty, for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, it comes with like a lot of like accommodations, and California doesn't really have that. If they do, you have to really stress the apartment you're getting, and you have to pay more than what you're compensating for, compared to like maybe like the East Coast or like the Midwest or something. But the reason why is because California is just a place everyone really wants to like move to much of the time, since it's kind of like the boiling point for like culture and food and the job market. Well, at least before, you know, inflation costs and the economy going to shit. But that's sort of like the notion here, right? Like you just kind of have everything
Oh man,
all at once.
what
Oh
a dream.
man, what a dream! I love Henry, guys. Henry's great. Henry's me. I like to think we all think we're like Harry or James, but we're all Henry. I feel like if I was a Silent Hill character, I would definitely be Henry. Henry is like my spiritual animal, my spirit animal. Let's see if anyone's gonna call. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, California is really expensive. To even like afford to live here, you have to move in with roommates. Realistically speaking, to even like live by yourself is just like a pipe dream nowadays. You have to have like a really good job, high paying job, but even then you have to like really stress out of like your finances, and you have to make like a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet to like even see if like, you know, I'm able to like afford what I need when it comes to like, you know, my health and you know, like any or everything when it comes to like work, like subscription services like Photoshop,
Hello?
because Photoshop doesn't like you to buy its products. Thanks, Photoshop.
What?
But anyways, point is you had to meet a certain threshold
Cord's
to
cut.
live here. I think typically you have to, I think be like in the range of like making 4,000 like a month if you like want to live like comfortably. But even then you have to like consider like utilities and just like you know, like cost of living, groceries, food, and even having like a safety net for like your like an emergency fund. Like there's just so much that goes into like living here. And likewise, I believe like that sentiment is applied to anywhere else in the US as well. Or just in general, you know. This is a photo of this church I ran across while I was visiting Silent Hill. For some reason, I was really attracted by the way he looked, so I took the picture. Henry's a great photographer. I would definitely buy off like a print off of Henry, like a photo off of Henry. It just took a quick, it's just a quick shot I took in the downtown of Silent Hill. It's a nice tourist town about a half-day drive from here. There's a lighthouse from this resort area. It's a photo of the lighthouse near the lake in Silent Hill. It feels a little bit lonely for a tourist town, but it's a nice place to relax and heal your soul. Yeah, and we get to look outside too. Oh look, there's a particular person there in their PS1 polygonal model glory. I wonder who that could be. Henry Maxing? Those are fighting words. Californians are too busy moving to Texas or Arizona, making things worse just like home. Well, damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having Californians going over there. My bad. I can't do anything about it though. Just a hobo living in the woods. I mean, I have seen people unironically having to like live like out and about in like the outskirts of like maybe a city, like genuinely like living like in uncharted like territories that you wouldn't really see as like rational or even like viable, you know. All right, South Ashfield. I like South Ashfield. This is like really cool to me because this is the closest we've ever been to seeing like actual city life in Silent Hill, and it leaves like a lot to be desired here. And I don't think we've ever really seen anything like this before in any Silent Hill game other than Silent Hill 4. It's really cool. I always loved this sort of like framing in Silent Hill 4. It's really cool. There's like so much left to be desired here, and I like it. And I like how you just can't even like, you know, like go out and about because it would just kind of be like what, fortuitous, defeat the purpose. So imagine Power Wash Simulator of Silent Hill, a small 90-hour level of the Russ and Silent Hill Otherworld. You know, you joke.
lights, but I would actually play that. I would totally be down to buy Power Wash Simulator and just clean the rust and decay and dishevel scenery interior of the other world. That'd be pretty awesome, actually. Boo Cynthia, Cynthia jump scare. Looks amazing for 2004, right? We were talking about this with Silent Hill 3, and we talked about like how this game could, well, Silent Hill 3, but also this game too could, assimilate the feel of like an early, maybe 2006, 2007 like PS3 game. And this is solely because of the textures having 4K resolution or upscale to 4K. And also I downloaded a HD texture pack. So it generally looks like, like, or sort of like a remaster in a way. Maybe even like, attesting that to like the port in some shape, way, or form. But yeah, no, it looks really good. Looks really good for the emulator, PCSX2. Texas is making Texas worse. I'm Texan. At least you guys have Texas toast. I mean, I guess that's a thing, right? Maybe. I don't. I actually don't know. I was just assuming. I'm sorry. I don't really feel like cooking now. Henry has everything. Toaster, coffee pot. Um, was that beans? Cooking oil. I feel like Henry would be like a great roommate, but he would definitely be to himself. He would definitely be like really shy and reserved, and I'd be like, you know what, man? I feel that. That's me too, brother. Thank you so much, Tom Gibson, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This chest could hold a lot of stuff. And this is the only Silent Hill game to have an inventory box too, and they never returned it. It would be really interesting to see an inventory box repurposed for a Silent Hill game. As to why, I don't know, but it is interesting to think about though. Maybe the short message could have took more inspiration from Silent Hill 4, and maybe if they had more budget and wanted to really capitalize on the short message in terms of like gameplay fundamentals, and maybe make like an actual realized like main entry instead of like a spin-off. Maybe they could have like took a lot of I don't know, inspiration from Silent Hill 4, and I would even say PT as well, and maybe even like, repurpose maybe like the inventory or maybe combat, who knows, but it is interesting food for thought. Really, 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 really interesting to think about. It's okay, Henry. The chatters will cook you something. Let them cook. Hey, Payne, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Looks like a scrap from some book. Man, this thing looks like it was written ages ago. Henry's the kind of person that wears headphones for everything so he doesn't bother anyone else. Yeah, Henry's a really polite guy, I imagine. He's just to himself, and I appreciate that. Though the ritual of the Holy Assumption, he built a world, or through the ritual of the Holy Assumption, he built a world. It exists in a space separate from the world of our Lord and Savior, John Silent. More accurately, it was within, yet without the Lord's world. Unlike the world of our Lord, it is a world of extreme flux, unexpected doors or walls, moving floors, odd creatures, a world only he can control. Anyone swallowed up by that world will live there for eternity. Undying, they will haunt that realm as a spirit. How can our Lord forgive such an abomination? This part of the book is too damaged to read. It is important to travel lightly in that world. He who creates too heavy a burden will regret it. The book is too damaged to read anymore. Interesting. Doo-doo. Henry's the kind of person. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Kind of like the classic Resident Evil. An item box and only carrying 10 items, right? Yeah. You put the book scrap in your scrapbook. In a way, this, I don't know, would it be weird to kind of compare this to Resident Evil 0? The reason why is because I think of the inventory box, and in Resident Evil 0, you don't have an inventory box, but you do have to drop items and use the characters Rebecca Chambers and I think Billy Cohen as your sort of like, makeshift inventory. But I think the reason why I'm kind of making comparisons is because in a way they're kind of like the black sheep of their respective like, games, right? Because they fundamentally uh exist with gameplay, I would say mechanics that are vastly different from their contemporaries, right? So I don't know if that'd be a bit of a stretch to kind of compare this game to Resident Evil 0 in a way. It's sort of like it's sort of like loving, or like a love-hate relationship, or learning to appreciate the game and what it's trying to like go for, I suppose.
It took forever to figure out, but the first scrapbook literally spells it out. Dream world, a nightmare. Really interesting. I didn't know about that. Let's save here. Yes, please. Nice. Hey, the partner system was literally better than Eileen. Damn. Torshek just making a lot of bold claims here for today, huh? A lot of hot takes. I got this photo from Frank Sutherland. Hey, I wonder if he's related to a certain someone who has poo-poo pee-pee fingers and likes to stick his hands in toilet bowls or something. I don't know. I wonder. The super the superhero at South Asheville Heights. This is a photo of the outside of South Asheville Heights. I was immediately attracted by the outside of the building as well as the view from the window here. When I moved here 2 years ago, I almost felt like I was being drawn here. So what's interesting to me as with Henry as a character is people say he's really bland, and I think in some maybe like first initial glance, yeah, I don't think people are wrong necessarily, and I could see this the sort of like semblance there, but I think one of the reasons why I think Henry has some like depth to him is solely because of the room itself, like room 302. Of course, we don't really get much of his character in whenever he's like in the game or in the story, mostly through interactions, sure, but I like to see him as sort of like a hero archetype in a way, but kind of like I don't know, maybe not begrudgingly, but more so given like the situation, he seems like more of an empathetic person that just it is sort of like catered to that sort of I think framework. But I do like how it has him set up to have some like depth when you kind of like go around the apartment and you get to see him like having this sort of like this elaboration to the player that he is someone who's just kind of like your everyday person, and that's kind of the point of him. He's not meant to be anything more than that because he is not the main character, kind of like how Harry Mason is the main character of Silent Hill 1. He is the protagonist, but he's not the main character in question. I would say that's Leslie Gillespie, and likewise here with Silent Hill 4, that would go to Walter Sullivan, objectively speaking. It's a photo of me as a kid, and then when I graduated from high school. He looks kind of creepy. I don't like that. Looks kind of scary. Okay, I think we kind of viewed everything really. We'll get to the bathroom in a little bit, of course. When we have to go through the hole. And I guess we'll just view here as well. There are tools and things on the ground. Yeah. Bro even has a washing machine and a dryer. That's like like a dream over here in California to have that in your apartment for cheap. That's crazy to think about. It's a clothes dryer. I don't need that right now. It's a washing machine. I don't need that right now. Nothing in this area has really changed since I moved here. I like that you're neat, Henry. I appreciate that, man. Henry makes me smile, chat. I don't know what else to say. Henry makes me smile. I got soft locked in RE0, then not touched the game for a long time. That was me too, Pain. I got soft locked for one of the bosses, and I just did not even bother to try. I was like, nope, I'm done. I can't. This was back in high school as well, so that was like a decade ago. Henry Bland, Henry Unbothered King. Henry is a asocial, anxious mess of a king, and you know what? We love our king. We love him. I actually have a washer and a dryer, but then again, bills and rent are crazy expensive. Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine. I live with my parents right now because it's just so expensive to even move out right now. Even with my partner, it's just way too expensive and a huge gamble. So we're definitely like saving money and trying to like live frugal. But we do want to hopefully move out next year in 2027. That's Eileen Galvin from next door. All right, just Coney. There's your waifu. I hope you're happy. There she is in her glory. Henry is the kind of guy who makes sure everyone else is having fun at the party before he can relax. Yeah. I don't know if Henry would go to parties though. He doesn't seem like the person to go to a party though. That's the thing. Let me guess. It was the bat boss of the church. Yeah, that's actually the one. That. Yeah, no, literally. I don't even remember the boss's name. But you saying that like very much just had like a locked memory just expand in my head. Yeah. I felt lucky to have a communal washer and dryer in my apartment complex.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to be very, very, I would say like particular nowadays to even have those types of utilities. So, it would be definitely be a dream to even like have something like that whenever I move out with my partner. Hopefully, we have the accommodations that we need at a decent price. Mom, why doesn't you wake up? You put the first letter in your scrapbook. Zapatos? My shoes. I don't need to change them right now. I like his little loafers. Are they loafers? They look like loafers to me. Really cozy. Henry is a really cozy guy. I like Henry. He's pretty cool. Hashtag our socially anxious king. Almost as good as Santo memories. Yeah. Open gopher? I can't remember what that says, Sauron. I'm sorry. This is the best day of my life now.
The hell?
Eileen is waifu. F that bat boss. Hey, sup Jay, missed that last stream and I see you on the best sound. Hey, what's up, Egg World? It's all good. I'm glad you can make it for this stream. It seems like this is your favorite game in particular. I'm happy we can play it today. The whole... Hey, guys, did you know that this is a reference to Silent Hill 2? Did you know that hole is a reference to Silent Hill 2? Of course, there's no one in the bathtub. It isn't the time for that kind of thing. I don't know, Henry. It's not really healthy to hold your pee. The water has stopped running. The sewage pipe's broken too. Pull on the part hanging down. Sure, you got the steel pipe. Steel pipe weapon, 3-foot long sewer pipe. Not very powerful, but fairly easy to use. The best weapon in any Silent Hill game. I keyboard smash teehee. Nice, I love that. There was a hole here, it's gone now. Well, I mean, it's right there, so I guess it's here. Back to RE0, I really liked the train level. I thought it was super cool, and then right after the gameplay took a nosedive for me. Speaking of Resident Evil, unrelated to, well, Silent Hill 4, but did you guys hear that the producer for Resident Evil wants to have a annual release for Resident Evil, like with the games? How do you guys feel about that? I know Matoyo Okamoto, the producer for Silent Hill, I think a year ago when Silent Hill F was getting its publicity and promotional marketing for when the game was about to release, I think he said that, he did say he wants to see like annual releases of Silent Hill, yearly releases. So to see that kind of like, I don't know, that sort of like semblance there and seeing that maybe like more prevalent nowadays. I don't know if it's just Silent Hill and Resident Evil, but maybe even like a bunch of like game companies like want to like just have these annual releases. How do you guys like feel about that? I know a lot of Resident Evil fans are like, oh my god, like remakes and new entries, and it's like, sure, but I don't know. I'm all for, new entries with games, but I also do kind of fear for the devs in particular, especially because I feel like that's like so much pressure on them, and given the whole like layoffs in the video game industry recently, and all of these like kind of like devs wanting to have like this like protest against like the publishers. I think recently there was like a unionizing with Rockstar. Specifically given the sort of like abuse towards the devs and the just unfortunate and just really like ludicrous, I would say, I guess like work hours for Rockstar devs when it came to GTA 6 and seeing like them unionizing. I feel like that's gonna be like more prevalent nowadays. It's kind of I don't know if it's really, I think, irrational to even have them come out with that, given like the circumstances as of recently, but I do find it interesting. We're seeing more of that nowadays, and I guess it makes sense why, because the Resident Evil games have been just making like so much money. They've been sounding like like hotcakes. So to see that kind of like come out and about, I don't know. It doesn't like make me like happy. It just kind of makes me kind of with like a sort of like sour taste in my mouth, given the whole like recent
you know, just direction with the video game industry and just like the market. I don't know how I feel about that. It just makes me, it kind of makes me feel really disgusted in a way, but that's just me though. That's just me. I feel bad about that. Annual releases don't do it for me. Yeah, me too. It doesn't do it for me either. I don't know about the whole like workship, the whole like I guess like working hours of Konami. Since Konami has been marketing off their IPs to third-party publishers, or I'm sorry, devs, similar to like Silent Hill Townfall with Screenburn, Silent Hill F with Neobards, Silent Hill 2 remake, and now Silent Hill 1 remake with Blooper Team. It's you know, I feel like maybe there's like that excuse as well, but you know, it's still like this notion of even, you know, having that at all being like a suggestion, or even just like the I guess direction moving forward, that kind of makes me like have to like really think of like the severity of this whole situation and where we'll be like in the next 5 years. I don't think it's good to overwork and overexhaust your workers, you know, because that would just lead to like more damage than good. I think we've seen that with like, you know, DLC and also like, you know, constant having to be poured out like months after the game is released in its full like completion, you know. But that's just me though. Also, hi Cynthia, how are you doing?
This is my dream, and you don't even know.
Resident
my
Evil
name.
sounds like McDonald's hotcakes. Oh, I
It's
love
simple.
McDonald's hotcakes. Oh man,
Your
if you're gonna compare
dream.
Resident Evil to McDonald's hotcakes, oof, man, little
That's
kid me, little
This
kid
is
me
just a
love
dream.
McDonald's hotcakes. Obviously not
And you really
nowadays.
tell
I do
me
not
to.
like fast food.
I hope we
I
can
prefer home cooked meals, but
So
I
you
kind of
think
have to
this
have
is a dream, huh?
home cooked meals given my health
Well,
issues.
if
But
it's not
oh
a
man,
dream,
McDonald's
what
hotcakes.
is
I used to love McDonald's breakfast. Oh dude, my best friend and I,
Anyway,
we used to have
wanna get out of
sleepovers,
here,
and
but
I remember
I
his
can't
family
find
would
the
give
exit.
us like those McDonald's like breakfast meals like back in the days. Yeah,
Will you help me find them?
childhood memory unlocked.
I'm
As an RE
kinda
fan, that
scared
milking the
all
franchise to
alone.
the bone. Yeah, it's definitely absolutely
I'll
milking the
do a
franchise. Yeah.
special
Please give
thing
DMC a chance. Please give
for you
DMC and like your other other IPs a
It's
chance.
just a dream,
Capcom,
so I
Dino
might as well have
Crisis
some
is
fun.
another one. Lost Planet, Dead Rising. Just so many that to just like choose from. I was gonna like mention Konami, but now that I think about it, like Silent Hill's back, Metal Gear is back, Castlevania's back. The three flagship franchise, arguably, that is what makes Konami when it comes to their video game market. The only thing I could think of is like maybe Frogger. Frogger, maybe. Let's bring back Frogger with like a fully realized 3D platform. Let's have the devs who made Bubsy 4D and make that. I can't think of anything else though from Konami. Generally, yeah. Silent Hill 1
Wait a
Recomp is
minute.
complete and fantastic. Audio is amazing. Maybe check it out. The Silent Hill 1 Recomp? Oh, do you mean the AI assisted
I
PC
think I'm
port?
gonna puke.
I wouldn't say it's complete. I would say it's more so still being in a unfinished state because the decomp isn't finished. The decomp is at 99.9%, and I looked at it yesterday, so I wouldn't say the recomp is complete per se. It's still in a very unfinished state. But I mean, hey, if like that's your thing, that's cool. I'm glad, I guess there's a PC port now, but personally, I'm still waiting on the native PC port that says Cesari, one of the GitHub devs who are working on the decompilation, that plans to repurpose the engine for Silent Hill 1 into a fully multi-platform engine to allow for like much more experimental. I would say like what's it called? For experimental, I guess, like implementations when it comes to the engine specifically. So yeah, but I mean, hey, like that's cool. It's just, but yeah. What if it gives people more jobs? Question mark. I don't know how they would do it if they don't hire more people. Japan has a real work culture though, so I don't know. Definitely don't want to see overworked people and bad products. That's the thing though. That's Japan's sort of like I guess like work culture. They really overwork the devs, and I know there's a really huge what's it called, discussion to be, I guess, like seen there when it comes to the whole like work culture of Japan. Obviously I can criticize it, but I don't know, because that's just not my position to be in.
but I have seen like, you know, articles and even like, you know, documentaries when it comes to the work culture in Japan and how they overwork their, you know, their workers. And I guess like that's a standard, but it just kind of like leads to like more, you know, just kind of like the morality behind that, you know. But then again, like every country has like their own work culture. I mean, you know, the other day I saw like a like article about Nintendo like having like a pay increase for like the workers that work for them, which is good because you never really see that in America. In America, you only see like people downsizing and having these layoffs for, you know, these big conglomerate like, you know, corporations, especially when it comes to the CEOs making more money off of the, you know, the poor unfortunate like workers that are just like, you know, discarded like yesterday's garbage. It's such like a true shame that that's even like allowed like whatsoever, but that's just the unfortunate reality. So yeah, there's a hole here. Please bring back Frogger. Also, for the faster games come out, the higher the chance of just cutting corner AI BS where it used to as a final product, which God no. Unfortunately, lads, that's just the dystopian reality that we're living in right now. I feel like AI is going to be much more purposed for just kind of shitting out shitting out these like remakes and also like new like games, and it's even like been seen with like recently with like the newest like I think Crazy Taxi game. They even like straight up said like in the Steam I think like bio or Steam page that you know they outright said like AI is like being like, you know, purposed for like the game, not entirely, but it is being like, you know, structured for that that purpose. And I don't know, it's just really upsetting that, you know, you can use all the sort of like jargon and like bloat and fodder that you want as a company, but at the end of the day, the you know we know like what the whole corporate talk is really truly saying. It's we're just using this because we're lazy and, you know, we want to like capitalize on these profits to, you know, satisfy the shareholders and satisfies you the consumer so you can have what you want, right? So that's sort of like the direction I think we're going in, and that's pretty upsetting and also really scary. To be honest, video games nowadays really depress me. I can't even like stay excited for like any like new upcoming releases like anymore, because for one, it's not just like the purpose of AI, it's just like having to even pay like $70, $80 for like the newest GTA 6, and it leaves like this implication of like is this like the new reality? Like is this something that we're going to like have to go through now? It's really depressing, and I actually ironically have more interest in old games nowadays, such as like what we're playing right now, Silent Hill 4 on you know or just like shovelware on the PS2, PS1, you know, just stuff like that. It's something that I take much more interest in, really. So I feel like that's gonna be like the sort of like push when it comes to like gamers is like going to Steam or I'm sorry, mitigating or migrating from like Xbox or PS5, especially because of the whole like loss of like physical media. And now we're gonna see that more like influx of like, you know, console gamers on PC and them have like more interest in digital like games. Because for one, the cost of affordability, and also just like the amazing like you know Steam sales and GOG sales, and be able to like have that on your PC, since like PCs are like kind of like purpose for like everything and anything, right? So I feel like that's gonna be like the whole like push moving forward, at least to me in terms of speculation. I think consoles will always be a thing, but given the whole like price increases of like, you know, the consoles and games, it's just really hard to really like invest in as a consumer to really want to even like support like those types of companies like PlayStation and Xbox, especially when it comes to like the whole like loss of like physical media. Xbox hasn't really said anything about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to just like snip it in the butt and just be like waiting for the chance, or like they're like in a good position and then make that sort of like, you know, judgment call with like similar to like what Sony did like earlier I think this month or something. So yeah, it's it's not looking great, but I think really with the best thing when it comes to preservation, such as like emulation or native PC ports, is that we have that fortunate. It just takes a lot of just like working with like the publishers and like also the copyright and needing to have like that sort of like go through like the legal process. There's just so much like layers and variables to consider. It's kind of like a huge mess in retrospect. So yeah. I hate Gen AI so much, but I know it's unavoidable until coping. It pops or eats itself, but it still refuses to. I still refuse to support it as an end product, or if it's used as the majority of the concept work. Me too. Yeah, I don't like the notion of just using AI to have this like reliance on over everything. I know like it could be definitely something that could be like in favor for you if you're trying to purpose it, like even like with good intentions. It also kind of like leaves like this sort of like implication of just becoming really lazy and relying like on AI to everything. My parents like came out like recently when I was like having like dinner with them that they use AI for like a lot of like things, and you know like they just kind of like go to it like Gen AI, for example, like what you were saying, to like give them the answer instead of just like, you know, taking the effort to like look into it for themselves. I imagine even like the kids nowadays are going to be using that, and it's already being used in that sort of like framework, and like that's so sad. Like I feel like it's again like the whole like theme of like dystopian of like a society we're heading into, and that sucks. I feel like people are going to become like more regressed when it comes to socializing and functioning as like actual human beings. And in an ironic sense, AI is becoming more human than humans are becoming human themselves. Detroit become human. No, but like in all seriousness though, it leaves like a lot to be desired, but really like what can you do at the end of the day? All you really can do is just like focus on yourself and the people around you that you support and care for. Yeah. I'm not buying GTA 6 because it's not coming out on PC and Rockstar is greedy. I think it will come out on PC, similar to like GTA 5. It took like I think 2 years because they're working on a PC port. But no, like I hear you. I'm not, to be honest, really too interested in GTA 6. I never really cared for GTA 6, if I'm being honest. I never really had much interest whatsoever. If you do, cool. Just not my thing, personally. Ironically though, I do remember when I was a young wee lad, I used to love playing GTA 5 when I was a kid in high school. But nah, no, not really. Not nowadays. Okay, let me get my bearings over the controls, because it's been a while, and I'm kind of trying to like remember how Henry functions. Okay, beast to run. Right. Cool, okay. Jerry Philly, I'm barely excited for any new game releases. Yeah, love your content. Oh, thank you, One Up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. I used to be excited for GTA 6, but when they announced that it's digitally only, I lost interest. Yeah. Yeah. The absolute audacity for Rockstar to be like, oh yeah, we're going to have physical copy, but it's gonna be digital only. Like you're gonna get like a little like wafer. And you're just gonna have to use the code to download it on the PS Store. It's so fucking like ridiculous. It's, oh my god, dude. Okay. Let's see, let's try out combat. Oh, my bad. Like, you can't tell me as a consumer that you are more than willing to buy the physical media for GTA 6 and be complicit with a fucking fee waiver, essentially, and just downloading it and just be okay. Like, there's no way, my guy. There's no way. It's like owning just the physical media itself, but without actually owning the physical media whatsoever. It's insane and absurd that people are just complicit with that. Like, it's wild, the cognitive of dissonance, really. Like, you can't tell me that people are gonna fork $80 just for that. Like, that's absurd to me. Like, there's no way. There's like better things to purchase too. Also, fun fact, you can't kill these little worms. You cannot kill them whatsoever. But I like to think in a sort of like a symbolic sense, these are supposed to be connecting to Walter's other worlds. I like to think of it as like an umbilical cord, given the whole like themes of like birth and also Walter in his like youth. Oh, whoops, my bad. There we go. I've been playing so many older games and bought another PC just to play stuff in my living room instead of using my PS5. Easier than pulling out all my old consoles. Oh,
Lights, you would have loved the Steam machine, I imagine. Unfortunately, it is $1,000 USD. Oh boy. But I love that for you. I wish I can do that too, but I don't have the means or the funds to do so. But that's so cool. I love that. I went to my local con this past weekend and pulled the trigger of OG Silent Hill 2. You can imagine the price I paid. Fate melting emoji by Solar Physical Media. That's awesome, Egg World. I am happy for you. I'm not happy about the price yet to pay, but I mean, hey, that's video game collecting nowadays. Video game collecting, I imagine, is so much more expensive, unfortunately, but it is what it is, I suppose, unfortunately. Ow. Cynthia has the coin, right? So let's go visit Cynthia again. I forgot. Same Jay, no interest in GTA 6 either. Someone remembers the PS2 got through GTAs, whereas GTA 5 got through PlayStations. There is that argument, which I find interesting because people like argue that, you know, old consoleware or old consoles are better, which I don't necessarily disagree per se. But I think the reason why people have that argument is because to make video games back in the day were so much more cost effective and not as deliberately exhausting, much like how it was, or much how it is nowadays, since video games are so expensive to make, since everything wants to be like more photorealistic, more modernized, etc. I'm doing something wrong, am I not? Cynthia should be here, no? Am I doing something wrong? She should be in the bathroom. Interesting. I think I did something wrong. I'm sorry, Chai. I may have rambled too much, and I may have failed to acknowledge Cynthia's presence. What did I do wrong? Yeah, but no, but video games were much more cheaper to make back in the day, and it's why we got like so many releases of games consistently. And so you know, with that in mind, it's really easy to kind of like cherry pick that claim and sort of use that as like a crutch, which I don't blame you. I'm not like, you know, trying to like, you know, throw you under the bus or anything like that. Oh, let's see. I think here, right? Can I? No. But I can see a reasoning though as to why people, you know, had that sort of like argument. But yeah, no, video games were like much more cheaper to make back in the day, and like that's fine, you know. It's just, I think, not really like a realistic expectation for video games nowadays. Yeah, I consider getting the Steam Deck Steam machine too, but PC still wins it with all my emulators. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Yep, indeed. Okay, I think I missed something back in room 302, guys. I'm sorry. I think we need the coin in order to go down the subway path, I believe. So I'm clearly missing something. Whoopsie. I think we had to look at the window, right? Or something? I forgot. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It's the telephone. We didn't go into Henry's room because I remember him having to get a call from Cynthia, and she's like, Henry, please help me. And then and I think this is the scene maybe. I believe. Because I remember him getting a call from her, I believe. It's not a great idea to buy a Steam Deck, Steam Machine due to inflation. I was like hyperfixating over a Steam Machine and Steam Deck recently, but unfortunately, I don't have the money for that. I would love to game from my bed though, because nowadays I've just been like kind of bedbound, and it's been like physically like tolling on my body. But I would love to get like a Steam Deck at the very least, because I do love handhelds. I love handhelds very, very much so. She calls you? I think she calls you on the phone. Yeah, so why isn't she calling me? I feel like I did something wrong? Maybe? I don't know. I've been playing Silksong again, other RE games that I enjoyed. Nice, all that for you. I haven't really been playing much of video games lately. I've only just been kind of working on videos, and I guess technically the other Silent Hill games since we've been streaming them, but that's kind of it. I haven't really been too invested in other games. We didn't look through the peephole, had we? I think I missed some texts, I believe. Yeah. Because Playing the old Spyros was nice this week. Hey, nice lights. How do you feel about the new Spyro being announced? How do you feel about Spyro a new realm, or Spyro a realm or something, or whatever? I'm sorry, a realm beyond, I think. How do you feel about the new Spyro lights? Yeah, everyone needs a Steam Deck. I love it. I think that's like my next purchase. I wanna save up on, because I would love to play these games on my Steam Deck, especially PS2 games. Get a Steam Deck, Jay, soon. I would love to. I unfortunately don't have the funds right now.
There it is.
But hopefully maybe soon. We'll see. I've been trying to be very frugal with living as of recently. I get really bad anxiety when I purchase stuff for myself. I've tried many times in the past to give myself like good things, but I get really, really terrible anxiety, and I don't know, I just get like really bad like buyer's remorse, and it's just really hard for me to buy stuff for myself. There's the phone call. No one will begrudge you if you use a guide for this game. I don't think anyone is going to be, pretentious if you have to use a guide for these games, because they're admittedly very tedious to kind of navigate. I'm excited for new Spyro, but not like glazing levels. I never played Spyro, so unfortunately I'm not really too excited, but I imagine a lot of people in the fandom are excited. Help, help, I'm trapped in this room. Yeah. Same vibes with the new RE movie. I'm not grabbing a pitchfork like everyone yet. I actually kind of think the new RE movie looks not too bad. And I think the reason why is because the I guess like the film industry, the director this time around realized, "Oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't do a adaptation faithfully. Let's do something really unique and new." And I was looking into it lately too, and technically it is sort of a byproduct of Resident Evil 2, or at least the Raccoon City outbreak, but it's from a different perspective, which I'm so happy about, because I'm so tired of them trying to adapt something that they have like no absolute like semblance of understanding, or just like any care of, at least with a director that just could give less of a shit about the continuity and the lore, and vice versa. So it makes me really happy that the new director is doing something unique and interesting, that doesn't have to, have this sort of backlash, because they're not faithfully adapting something. Looks at Christoph Gans of Silent Hill 2 remake. I really hope, if this new Ari movie does well, that if they want to give Silent Hill a shot with film, they hopefully do something unique and new, that isn't just them adapting the originals, because they tried 3 times and they failed on each subsequent entry. I guess I'll give Silent Hill 2006 the benefit of the doubt, maybe. I don't know. Actually, no, I take it back. I'm gonna be harsh and mean. They're fine. The first movie fine. The first movie's fine. It's just not a proper Silent Hill movie, and I will die on that hill. But yeah, no. I really do hope it paves the way for something at least, different in terms of like how we approach it moving forward. Okay, now we can visit Cynthia, I believe. I'm excited for the new RE movie. I've been more of a fan of RE survival horror than action like 4. While it was fun, it wasn't my favorite. That's fair. I don't blame you for feeling that way. We're cooking with Resident Evil Silent Hill this year. We absolutely are, and hopefully moving forward we are. See, I like garbage, so I think I'm a minority. I have all the RE movies, not just the CGI. Are the live actions good? No, lol, but I love how bad they are. The director also made Barbarian and Weapons. I have full faith in his decision for the RE movie. I heard Weapons is really good. I definitely want to watch Weapons beforehand, so I have an idea of like what we're working with. So I think the game would actually translate well to a movie. I think so too. Return to Silent Hill just pisses me off. Yeah, I've not watched it yet though, by the way. But the old RE movies are a turn your brain off guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, for sure. The R movies are meant to be campy, so I don't have the same ugh that I have with most Silent Hill movies. No worries. I'll be right back, guys. Really quickly, I'm gonna get water. I think I mentioned like in the beginning of stream that I needed to get water. I completely forgot about it. Thanks, ADD. But no, we were just yapping. I just completely forgot. Let me go get water, guys. I'm just gonna leave the game on, and you guys can just, I don't know, look at the door or something. I'll be right back though. Let me get water really quickly. I'll be right back. Un momento, por favor.
Thank you, Donalds, for the subscription. Thank you so much. Perfect timing too. How's Sarah's doing? I finally got some awa, some water. How are we holding up, chat? I love water so much, guys. Water, like, hits different when you haven't drinking water in, like, a good couple hours. Water just hits differently. I feel like water is, like, objectively, like, one of, like, the best drinks you could ever have. But that's just me. Pretty cool how Kane said how the Backrooms soundtrack was inspired by the Silent Hill games music, which you could totally hear. Oh, we're talking about the Backrooms? I actually saw the Backrooms, I think on this month it released with my partner. We enjoyed it. I thought the Backrooms was really interesting. I thought it was pretty unique. I didn't really know how you would adapt like the Backrooms as a movie, but I thought Kane Parsons did a really great job adapting that. I had a good time watching it. But yeah, he was only 20 years old. He was only 20 years old. Hey Jay, welcome back. We were talking about the backrooms. Yes, yeah, I picked up on it. Yeah, but that's cool though. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. Hey Jay, I just popped in here. How was your break? Hey, what's up, J-Rex? How you doing? How you doing? It was okay. It wasn't necessarily a break. I just went to get water. But I'm doing okay. How about you? How's it going? All I drink is water, sweet drink with dinner. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Silent water. The only place you can get it in Silent Hill is Silent Water. Jay literally no-clipped into the backrooms for a second. Can you imagine the stream just no-clipping into the backrooms? That'd be kind of scary, actually. Oh, that's right. We don't have the fortunateness of an inventory. Can I no? Okay. There we go. Okay. Can I... No? Is this the wrong... I can't use this here? Really? Oh, okay. Alrighty then. One thing I like about games like Silent Hill game series, they touch on topics of people's mental health problems while not making a joke about them. Yeah, I feel like they handle it respectfully, but just in the most unorthodox sense possible. So just like in the lens of like psychological horror, where it's just manifested to be very corrupted and um horrifying as again as it implies, but I like how it doesn't deliberately make it to the point where it's like, you know, explicit just for the sake of being explicit, but it actually conveys a message that's really meaningful and heartfelt, depending on the context, and really just meant to make you kind of think and reflect as a person who's playing this game, that leaves you to have like food for thought. And it's one of the things that I really do value about these games in retrospect. So yeah, I agree, Donald, I agree. My wife is a therapist, so she had a lot to analyze in the back rooms, and it was really fun. That's really cool. That's really funny because there's one of the deuteragonist, I want to say. I forgot her name. She was a therapist, right, for the main protagonist, I believe. I will say, man, the control scheme is really messing with my brain right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that must have been really fun to analyze, I imagine. A wee baby. He a baby. I saw that he wants to adapt Portal, which is pretty cool, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I do love Portal, though. I had like a little hyperfixation on Portal recently. Come at me, bro. I could just like picture Leon just saying that.
No way, bro. Let's see. Oh, hello. Hi. I'm 20 and my dream is to accomplish exactly what Kane did. Unfortunately, Kane was very lucky to ride that trend of the backrooms before it exploded. He wasn't even the first backrooms in online horror. I think I don't know if it was luck. I do know when it comes to YouTube nowadays, luck definitely does play like a huge foundation when it comes to someone's video being discovered, but I think the difference of Kane and other like analog horror media is he generally put an effort and time to learn and understand Blender and how to purpose it into making it meaningful and in his own sort of like I guess way that he had in mind when it came to envisioning his I guess like you know I guess art that he wanted to make and craft. And so I think you know the fact that he went about to learn Blender and purpose fit in a very meaningful context, which is the backrooms. I think the Old Giant or something, and like the other sort of like spin-off series he made, I think that just goes to show like his natural talent to adapt to something that maybe is like really frustrating and difficult for someone who even has experience in Blender to understand, but he's able to like, manifest that into his favor and make the best of it, you know? So I think that's what he had a lot going for him there, really. And I think it definitely shows. But yeah, no, Marco, I believe in you. If you really like want to do something, then I say go for it. There's never a better time than now to want to envision your artistic integrity and really just like, I guess like a project of mine, you know? Doesn't have to be like life-changing. It just, you know, has to be something that you want to express and create for yourself. And that's about it, really. Nothing more, nothing less. I would put Silent Hill on a pedestal on how to portray or treat mental illness, like at Stanley or Leonard. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just kind of depends on the person in question that we're talking about. Right, when it comes to this sequence, we have to wait on Cynthia to follow us. Yeah. There she is. I've been playing the Portal games finally. Hey, nice. How are you enjoying them, Salarin? I love them. I love GLaDOS's passive aggressiveness to Shell in the second game. It's really funny. Some of the best, like, just writing I've ever seen in a video game before. It's the best. They had to get J.K. Simmons for Cave Johnson if a Portal movie happens. He had an interview recently about him talking about video games that he worked on, and he mentioned Portal 2 being his favorite, and that he would definitely do like a Portal movie again if he can. Or Portal movie or Portal project. Specifically a movie if he was asked to come back, which is pretty cool. Important to say, it's not luck, it's right place, right time. Always timing pressure, and time pressure is a consistency. Time is right moment. I guess it's like the saying, timing is everything, right? I guess so, but I guess, you know, it's kind of hard to have those expectations on yourself, right? Because I think, you know, you don't want to like have it become overbearing, because then it just kind of derives you from even like wanting to try, right? I think this can also apply to people who want to be like YouTubers or social media influencers. They get like this impression that it's really easy to do, but in reality it really isn't. Like, yeah, luck and timing has a lot to do with it, but really it's just doing it, you know? Like, it's like, sure, you can wait on it, but why when you don't, you know, you can have that sort of inevitability of that generally happening, and then, you know, once it does, it's like, holy shit, like, wow, I didn't expect this to happen. It's similar to like me with like the YouTube channel. Like I made content on like a bunch of different things, and I didn't expect it to work out, and then I decided to just do like a video on Silent Hill, and of course it didn't like it didn't like, you know, skyrocket me into like the, you know, the YouTube algorithm, but it did get me noticed. And so, you know, that was just like a sort of like, you know, deliberate choice on my end. That was just kind of, you know, like, it just kind of happened, you know. I just did it like out of like on a whim, and here I am like 2 years later. So, you know, I think like one of the biggest downfalls for anyone is just to have like those sort of like really like harsh expectations on yourself, and really it's just, I would say, just trying something new and allowing yourself that to happen, so you're able to have, you know, at least some idea
of, you know, what you can really work with moving forward with what you're truly passionate about in life, you know. But that's just me though. Oh, the humor in it so far, so much, yeah. That's pretty great. So amazed Del Taco convinced Val for permission to use GLaDOS for a synth for Pacific Rim. I heard about that. That is really funny. Why is Cynthia not following us? Did you know Portal was gonna be a Neil Blomkamp movie, also Alien 5, but both never went past the conceptual phase. Even they're even his Portal proof of concept on YouTube. Interesting. I did not know about that. I never played any of the Portal games, so can they be played solo or is it better with someone else? They can play both. They can there's a single player and a co-op mode. So yeah, like it's a thing that you can do. I got an email. Healthcare. The wonders of healthcare. Sorry, Portal Bros. That's the closest Portal will ever come to the silver screen, unless Portal was referenced in Ready Player One movie. I think GLaDOS was in Ready Player One, right? I believe, but I could be wrong. Can I? There you go. I forgot how confusing the progression this game could be. Especially if you haven't played it like in a very long time. Oh my fucking god, I can't wait to hear all the Harry Eileen tracks. Are literally the best. They're pretty great. You gotta love Carrie Amok and Mary Elizabeth McGlenn on the OST. Portal 1 is single player, while Portal 2 can be single and co-op. Yes, this is true. Yep. This is true. Yeah, but I feel like a Portal movie would be pretty hard to adapt because Shao's a silent protagonist, so it's kind of like really hard to really know what you would do with her in terms of dialogue. I guess it's kind of similar to Legend of Zelda with Link. Like, do you make him a silent protagonist or do you make him have dialogue? And if so, how do you purpose that to become something that isn't obnoxious and actually like deliberately, you know, well-meaning? Can I, no? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, this was a mistake. This is a mistake. I'm gonna take this. No, wait, no, I do want. Oh, I'm about to die. Yep. Yep, okay. Yep, okay. Yeah, I was about to die right there. Alright, can I take you really quickly? Because, there we go. I don't know if there's any more health drinks down in the subway. I don't think there is. Not gonna risk it. Don't forget Joe Ramorsa. So I'm clicking right now as I'm watching the stream. That's okay, Peyton. You're all good. Okay, so this is gonna be very interesting to say the least. There we go. Okay. I guess we could play patient. I don't really want to like try to run past them because we will die. Forgot about how zesty some of the ghost noises are in this. Yeah, this game has some really interesting sound effects. The writer's confirmed Shao isn't mute, she just doesn't speak to anyone at Aperture out of spite. That's so funny. I love that. With that context, it makes even more sense why Shao doesn't speak to GLaDOS. Out of spite, that's so funny, I love that. Don't go into that rabbit hole, there's a big repeat for all references in Ready Player One. Oh shit. And there's a hallucinatory mass hysteria where people think they saw some reference in the movie. Oh god, that sounds like a lot to bear. I was never there. Honest expectations for Townfall? That's a good question, Real Benji. We talked about this very briefly with the Silent Hill stream, I believe. I don't know. I'm really not feeling it, to be honest. The more I think about Townfall, I don't really know what to expect, and usually like that's just kind of the indication when it comes to any Silent Hill game, because it's supposed to be purposely vague, of course. But I feel like in this context, it's for the wrong reasons, and I think that's because it's not doing a great job at really showing like what to go in when it comes to Silent Hill Townfall, you know? Like, yeah, like, we get the synopsis that, Simon is a person who is washed up in St. Amelia, and he has to find this woman who is close to him. We're going to assume maybe a close friend, or like his, I don't know, maybe partner or something. He has a sort of like really bad history and past of the town, and now he has to like kind of like go through this whole like, I guess, self-discovery and maybe like uncover these revelations as to what happened, and it's really kind of pointing that he did something really bad, and it's giving me a lot of Silent Hill 2 sort of like vibes, and I think that's sort of the notion that everyone's getting with Silent Hill Townfall, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have inspiration from Silent Hill 2, but the reason why I think it doesn't work well here is because we've just seen so much Silent Hill 2 themes integrate with the post-Team Silent games, such as Silent Hill Homecoming and Silent Hill Downpour, and it just becomes not just like this sort of like oversaturation, but it just feels like very dishonest and disingenuous when it comes to the narrative it wants to express, because it's over relying on something that's already been told, and it just feels like it's a sort of pale imitation of its former self, you know, and it really just kind of, you know, derives any like sort of identity that that could be expressed there, and unfortunately it just doesn't have that because it's over relying on something that's already been told. And it's not to say that Silent Hill Townfall is doing that, it feels the way it's being expressed and framed, it just feels like it's very Silent Hill 2 coded, and I don't know if that's something that I'm allowed to really say. I'm just going off of just impressions from what we've seen so far, and I don't know. There's other like factors that really play into how I feel about Townfall. Such as like the monster design. It feels very bland and generic, and even I feel kind of bad saying that because we've seen this sort of background and behind the scenes of the developers' commentary, and it really seems like they're passionate about it, and that's great. But it just seems when you kind of compare and contrast that with the designs, it just kind of feels very like much, I don't know, like contradictory. It really feels like much of the designs feel very much like Silent Hill 2, and I hate saying that, but again, like with what we've seen so far, it just feels like one of the monsters that feels like very like integral is the one that has sort of like this like frame of like being like a stray jacket, and it has like this like grotesque body horror, which is, you know, standard, but it just looks really similar to the lying figure, and you know, much of the later games had a lot of designs that were based off of the lying figure, for example, or the bubblehead nurses, and it's like cool, but not really. It's like I've seen this before, and what is this like in servitude for? Like there's this whole theme of like mental, I'm assuming like mental health or this like medical theme, and like that's fine and all. It's just give me something new with that, you know? Like don't tell me the same story that we've already seen and we already know, because I don't want to be told it already because we already have that. Just tell me something new, and I'm sure there's something new there. It's just the way they just been marketing that game, it just is really giving me this false impression that I think it's not wanting to portray, but unfortunately, just given the circumstances of this, you know, franchise's history, it's giving that to a lot of people that are going in with that impression, unfortunately. And I really do feel like when this game releases, it's going to be heavily compared to Silent Hill 2, and that's going to really suck, but I could be wrong, and I really hope I'm wrong. I really, really, really do. But that's like my impression so far of Silent Hill Townfall. I really hope we get more gameplay. I know they don't do demos, but it would really be in service to give us a demo so we can get like a different impression maybe,
Okay.
and that can change people's like thoughts about it.
And
This
yeah,
just
I really hope we get more
I
gameplay.
treat you right.
Really hope we get like more like first-person gameplay. Hopefully at Gamescom.
I
Townfall is
think
supposed to be at Gamescom this year,
I drank
so
too
I'm
much
really
last
hoping
night.
that's when they decide to just like lock in and just show like
I
everything
never
that
got to do
dismisses our
that special
worries and
favor for you.
concerns about Townfall. Really. But in retrospect, like just kind of
I
not
feel like I'm
even like
dying.
factoring the whole like Silent Hill 2 coded like themes and vibes. I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know. It's not really like pulling to me. Kind of like how Santo F was. I don't know. It just kind of feels like background noise in a way, and that sucks because obviously like I love Silent Hill because I'm a Silent Hill fan, and obviously like this is kind of like what we cover on this channel. But I don't know. It's just not really like pulling towards me, unfortunately. I really hope it changes my mind. We'll definitely play it. We'll definitely talk about it. I'll definitely make videos on it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not really gravitating towards me, unfortunately. I'm not excited, but I am interested. I'm intrigued, but I'm not like over the moon. So we'll see. Anyway, Cynthia is dead. Rest in peace, Cynthia. I'm treating Townfall like F, waiting for reviews to see if I might enjoy it. Blipper with Santo 1, however, is probably a day one for me. They've earned my trust, lol. I will say, Blipper team has done a phenomenal job. They've really just had the comeback of the century with like their whole portfolio recently. It's pretty amazing to see like how they just kind of like were in this position where people were just like laughing at them, like they're just like this laughing stock, and then they just like made like this huge 180 shift with like their IPs and like their like the Silent Hill remakes. It's kind of amazing, to see like them kind of like come back where they're just like in this like sort of like notoriety in a way. Yeah. The only interesting thing about Townfall is the new radio mechanic. See, like you say that, but then I feel like the radio is uninteresting to me too, because it feels like a gimmick, and obviously that's kind of the point, but it's like,
What's
what
that
can you
noise out
really
there?
do with that to make it worthwhile to the player? Because I feel like you can play the whole game of Townfall without the radio, and I feel like ironically people are going to go into Townfall and sure like use the radio, but they're probably going to forget about it because like realistically when you play Silent Hill, I think a lot of people's like intuition is to maybe use the radio but then to turn it off because you have this sort of precognition that the radio like alerts you of the monster, sure, but it's also best to also kind of turn it off too, similar to like how you turn off the flashlight because it doesn't alert the monsters nor attract them. So I feel like in an ironic sense, the whole like gimmick of the radio is just gonna be kind of like fodder because people are just like not gonna use it for the intentions that they have in question, and that kind of sucks in retrospect. I really hope I'm wrong again, but it really does feel like in retrospect that's what's gonna happen, and then people are going to have complaints about it and just say like it's not going to be um constructed in this like for like the intentions that maybe like Screenburn wanted. I don't know, the more I kind of deconstruct Townfall, the more I tend to worry, and I kind of get concerned because I really do feel like this game does have some potential, but I feel like it's gonna be met with a lot of like mixed reception, and maybe just I don't know. I feel like it's gonna have like a
Hurry up
Samto
and get
F
that
sort of
ambulance.
like situation,
Quit yapping and move already.
hopefully it's for like the right reasons, but I feel like it's gonna be like for the wrong reasons, knowing it's the internet. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really like want to be like pleading the fifth here, but that's just sort of like my I guess like um I guess impressions right now, really. Yeah, I totally agree and feel the same way. I thought it was funny how much the woman looked like Mary from the trailer. That's what I said too. Like I even said on chat, like this girl looks so, like a lot like Mary. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of I'm just looking forward to the one remake. I am too. Obviously because I'm biased and I love Silent Hill 1 like with the bottom of my heart. But yeah. Rip Cynthia, Rip Cynthia. All the games they have made outside of Silent Hill 2 felt so territory to the series. Like they don't know where to go with a main installment like a Silent Hill 5 or something. So that's the thing though. My sort of like hypothesis or my theory is they're doing spin-offs and remakes is because they're scared to make a
a commitment to a fifth mainline installment because they saw what happens when you have, for one, people who don't know what they're really doing with the context in question, or I'm sorry, without the context of Silent Hill and its formula, and going into it very blindly, which only makes it come off as haphazard. And that was seen with the post-Team Silent games with what was it called? I think Double Helix, right? Double Helix and Vatra Games with their entries. No, Double Helix was the people who made the HD collection. I forgot the other people who did Origins and Shadow Memories. Apologies, but I think Konami saw those mainline installments and thought, oh shit, we don't want to do that again because they sold terribly. So I feel like they have this sort of like this very rational fear that if they make a fifth Santo game, they really, really have to be careful given the track record of this franchise. Because if you're gonna make a fifth mainline installment, you had to really, really be confident in that. And I feel like they're taking really, really cautious steps with these spin-offs and remakes to get a feel of maybe who they want to invest in and who they want to continue the franchise. But obviously, I think the rational stance is to just have like an in-house studio to make a mainline installment, right? Like I feel like that makes the most sense. Given the whole like reputation of like Team Silent, but I think realistically speaking, we're not going to get Team Silent again. That is a fever dream that is left in the past. People keep asking for them. It's not going to happen. It's just not. Like, we got to rip off that band-aid that Team Silent is gone. They did what they need to do. They did an amazing job, and we have four amazing games that form this quadrilogy that, was a lightning in a bottle. But to keep lamenting about that is not productive. I just think it comes up as very contrived and really just, kind of unnecessary, right? Um I'd say take people who love this franchise and really understand it and pick them off the streets that have an understanding of Silent Hill, bring a fully dedicated in-house studio at Konami and have them make that out of passion, out of love and care, and we can have a proper fifth mainline installment, I would say. And I think that's probably the best way to go. But that's just me. I love how the radio guys sound like David Lynch talking. Yeah. Let's go check out Cynthia. Climax, Double Helix, and Vatra. Yes, thank you for the clarification, Torshik. Honestly, make a new Silent Hill game that isn't paying homage to Silent Hill 2. Just make a new Silent Hill game that has nothing to do with the past games. And if they do have some small references that don't, have to rely on just pandering, just have it as like a loose connection, just so you can have like a appreciation for it, similar to like how the quadrilogy does here. There's like references to the prior games, but it doesn't have a reliance on it to sort of like build the narrative. And if it does, it's more like world building, I would say, similar to like how Silent Hill 3 has like references to Wish House Orphanage and Joseph Scriber, and that is appreciated because you see that constructed here in Silent Hill 4, and so you gain that appreciation for it, and it's just really cool world building. I think like if you want to make a fifth Silent Hill game, yeah, have some references, but also like make them have like meaningful purpose and make them make sense, and allow it to have like a reason and not just make it pandering and be like, oh, hey, you remember this reference? Remember this thing? That's pretty cool. Like, I no, no, I don't want that. I just want something that, is purposed and has like actual meaning there, and not just, like just jingling these metaphorical keys in front of me and just like have me just just be like, oh wow, wow, that's cool, and like complicit. Like I don't want that, like that's not how I function. I thought the Silent Hill 5 game that was canceled had so much potential. I wonder if they might revisit at the remake. I wonder too, Benji. I wonder that too. The one with the daylight horror sort of like theme and approach. I wonder too. I think that would be interesting. I think more horror games should actually try to do daylight horror. I think it would actually be really cool to see more of that if possible. But I feel like that would be really, really hard to do. So who knows? But I would definitely love to see more of that if possible. Let's put the placard away because we don't really need that right now. I don't think we need the Lynch Street line coin. I think maybe to exit, but I failed to use it. But let's put this away for now. Cynthia's dead. So now I believe we have to go back to the hole to go to the forest world, right? If memory serves correct, because the forest world is the next one. Oh, sorry I'm late. It's okay, Anna the Muppet. It's all good. We're continuing to the next world, the forest world. Oh, good though. It's all good. How you doing? In-house team would be great for Silent Hill, but that would require Konami to make a big time commitment investment, lol. Given the success of the franchise, which by the way, recently surpassed, I think, 17 million units sold, in when you like, you know, factor the whole franchise, it's successful, and this recent revival of Silent Hill has, you know, proven that notion. So I think with that in mind, I don't think Konami's going to stop anytime soon. I think they're going to really capitalize on Silent Hill and really do everything they can to bring back this franchise, and hopefully it stays consistent for a very, very long, like a very, very long time and many years to come, similar to Resident Evil. I really, really hope so. I really, really do. There's a film coming out involving daytime horror, right? I don't know, Celerin. I wouldn't know. Sorry. I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't really watch much films or movies or TV shows nowadays, if I'm being honest. I actually watch a lot more YouTube. But that's just me, though. Sounds interesting, though. I would be intrigued to see, like, a daytime horror movie. This writing, what does it mean? What does it mean? The numbers, Mason. The numbers. I can't read this writing. Konami's current strategy is to outsource their IPs now. It's been a mixed bag. Yeah, I mean, it saves development costs, right? I would say. So, I mean, I don't know. There's like trade-offs, much like anything, really. It seems to work, but sometimes not so much, right? Like, Silent Hill 2 Remake is beloved. I think a lot of people were introduced to Silent Hill because of it, and I think that was like a really good move on their part, and luckily Blooper Team pulled through. But then there's like Silent Hill Townfall, and you know, kind of like a mixed bag. Don't really know like what the expectations are there. Yeah, it's definitely like a trade-off for sure. That loading figure now has 2 blood stains on it. Ooh, attention to detail in our Silent Hill games. We love it. We love to see it. It sounds like Jay wants a remake of Origins. Oh god. Oh god, no. I really hope we never get a remake of Origins, because that game is so not necessary whatsoever. It really is not necessary at all. Even the dev, Sam Barlow, or not the, well, I guess dev, but also producer, I think Sam Barlow, right, came out and stated that, the Origins was not necessary. It was like pretty much fan fiction, and he even stated it himself too. That was just pure fan fiction in retrospect. So yeah, it really kind of makes me think of like the post-Team Sound games like Homecoming and Origins and Downpour, and if they would even be considered in the mainline canon moving forward. It makes me wonder if they'll do like a Crash Bandicoot 4 situation where initially we had like Crash Bandicoot, I think, Rafa Cortex, and they decided to just like retcon it completely and use Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, as like the true canon and sequel to Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. It really makes me wonder if they'll do that with Silent Hill 5, if we ever get a Silent Hill 5, but I guess I'll have to wait and see. It stopped with the brake pedal engaged. There are all sorts of things scattered on the seat. Among the trash is a scrap of paper with something written on it. It's been a while since I came here to Silent Hill. Maybe I'll meet the devil this time, but whenever I come to a cool place like Silent Hill, I always get real thirsty. Jasper Dean. There's a memo pad in there too. Origins bored me, to be honest. Origins is a very kind of background noise game to me, I would say. William Martell? Oh, thank you for correcting me, Torshek. William Martell. Yeah, William Martell. He was the guy who tried to salvage Climax USA's work, and unfortunately it didn't really seem to come to snuff. unfortunately. Oranges is non-canon technically, although Konami may consider it canon. Yeah, who knows? But Jay, a lot of people were saying the same about Silent Hill 2 remake, and it turned out pretty good. Not saying that Townfall will be good, but Silent Hill 2 remake was getting a ton of hate, and it wasn't that bad. I think much like anything, Jack Krauser, I feel like anything will have like its like audience that will have like its bias. So yeah, Silent Hill remake did great, but people still have like their their nitpicks and their like negativity and their complaints, and rightfully so. Like there's definitely constructive criticism to be there and to be said. Really, it's just kind of comes down to like subjectivity when it comes to these games. And much of the time, the first four games are the subject in question that are beloved, and yeah, but we'll see. Really, it's just about like a lot of like patience to see what happens, I suppose. I think that's it. I think that's it. Anyway, give me a moment. That's okay. Take your time. OMG, yes, I saw that. Personally, I liked Origins, but that's because I liked having a portable Silent Hill game for road trips. That's true. I mean, it was marketed as a portable Silent Hill game, right? So, yeah. I'm not sure what that nosy guy meant when he said his home is the orphanage, in the middle the lake is northwest, so the opposite is southeast. The nosy guy said on the other thing, I don't understand. If you bring the dug-up key, you can go back, put it away somewhere before you return there. Interesting. Jasper's memo pad. I hope that in the Silent Hill remake they change out the backtracking, or at least nerf it. I don't know, don't take my word for it. I'm pretty sure if we get a Silent Hill remake, which I think we will, it will definitely fix a lot of the issues in this game. Such as the gameplay, the backtracking, that's like a huge slog, the pacing. Also, I'm sorry, chat. I didn't put on the subtitles, which I thought I did. I'm sorry. My bad. I know you guys love subtitles, so... Okay. There you go. It's a chocolate milk guy. Believe me though, I understand the criticism of it. It's also confusing. It says that Lisa was 24 years old during Silent Hill 1 and some other expanded media books that about the series, and Origins is telling me she was already a nurse at 17 years old. Yeah, it's very contradictory, and it's one of the reasons why people don't like Origins is because it contradicts itself. Much of the post-Team Silent games contradicts the original, Team Silent games, so, yeah. No, subtitles can understand the stuttering. We just put on subtitles. Hopefully that helps. The issue, trying to get people who work in Silent Hill, it would not be the same lightning in a bottle moment. Silent Hill 5 needs to focus on personal horror of another character. Yeah, me too. I think if you're gonna make a Silent Hill 5, you need to kind of have it deviate from the first four games and stop trying to, encapsulate on the, like you said, the lightning in the bottle motif, and really purpose it for its own unique and creative, I would say, medium. It really needs to be like its own thing that is separate from the franchise. Not like, completely, like, obviously, like, you want to have those themes and, that gameplay and that crutch that we're all used to, right? But I think what would work is just to have, like, a fresh slate, like a soft reboot in a way, kind of like how Resident Evil did with Resident Evil 7, and that was something that people were, I think, initially kind of scoffed at and were like up in arms because it wasn't like the traditional Resident Evil that we were accustomed to, but that ended up working in its favor, and people loved that game, and I believe still do, right? So I feel like that's what Silent Hill needs, is like a fresh slate to really do something unique and creative, so it has something new to tell and something that's worthwhile, that isn't relying on references or prior, lore or like, characters that were, we've seen before. Just something really new and creative and unique that tells something that, is worthwhile to as a player, that allows us a reason to go back to Silent Hill. So I would just start off as like a fresh slate and see like, what you can do with that. And I'm sure there's like a lot you can do. You just have to be very, very conscientious of like how you approach that, I believe. Silent Hill Origins was a fever dream, much like all the rest of the post-Team Silent games, yeah. It's a shame people don't take a note with what Jasper is saying. Yeah. No, Jasper is saying something really, really integral to the context of Walter Sullivan.
I just think people kind of like miss the flavor text much of the time. I definitely hear it too. It's just I'm trying to like talk to chat simultaneously as well. Santo Smile Support Society Wish House. That's the orphanage run by the cults. Huh. Interesting. Isn't why he's always thirsty because he's always feeling like the heat of the inevitable sacrament, some weird Walter possession because he's in Walter's world. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Jasper Gein is a very anxious person. He is anxiety manifested into a physical form. But I don't blame him though. Given the lore behind him and like his initial sighting of Walter Sullivan and the two friends he went with, I think to college with, right? And seeing them disappear and being murdered by Walter Sullivan and him running away. But also, then again, Jasper kind of did that to himself because of his whole like, you know, interest like in like the devil and like, you know, cults, cult like, you know, what's it called? Cult like media, because he was into that sort of thing. What am I doing? I have like a little blank slate right now. I'm like, kind of like blanking out. We're gonna say hi to little Walter Jr. Because for one, we need to have Jasper get over here, and then we have to get him his chalky milk. Let's go say hi to little Walter Jr. Or actually, no, it's the other one. My bad. Joseph? Walter Joseph, if it's Joseph and sometimes traveling stuff is involved, but then again Dream World, yeah. Walter's Other Worlds. Silent Hill findings, unique monsters reflect the new character, relying on iconic monsters sort of ruin them for their character type to their personal horror. Yeah, I don't like when they tie back to like other monsters we're familiar with. They just need to do something new and unique, you know? If it's Walter, then he's helping you to die, but then Jasper is here to meet the devil. Just say a cult fanatic and a Satanist. Yeah, that's the word I was trying to go for. If Sonify did its own thing, much of the fandom would lose their minds, like they did with Soundle F and Short Message did their own thing. Too many fans just want the first four games forever. I don't necessarily think that's the truth, because the new fans, you know, they're introduced to these new games, right? So obviously they don't have these sort of I would say knowledge of the previous games, right? So they kind of have like that notion of these games specifically. But obviously I think like they're going to go back and you know, introduce themselves to those old games, I believe, right? But I feel like much like when you're introduced to like any medium, like you're going to have bias when you're introduced to like the specific thing in question. So for me, Silent Hill 3 and also these first four games, specifically Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. But then new fans probably going to be like Silent Hill 2 Remake or Silent Hill F or maybe even Silent Hill Townfall. You know, but yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I think, to be honest, Silent Hill fans are really pretentious a lot of the time, and it's just really upsetting when they are. It's like, yeah, like I get it, like Masahiro Ito said this, and this, and I respect that, but like, you know, just let people do their own thing and let them come to their own conclusions, especially if they're not going to deliberately try to impose it as the truth in question, which I know Silent Hill fans do sometimes. Not saying they all do, but sometimes it does come off that way, and it's like, just let people, you know, let them be and do their own thing, you know? Like, obviously, this is a franchise that is laid on a foundation that is very much lost in ambiguity, and that's sort of the intention that it's trying to, you know, preach to the player, is for you to come to your own answers, you know? Because a lot of this has to do with subtlety, and that is coincided with like symbolism and its themes and its, you know, its dialogue and the story, and obviously like people are going to, you know, come to reach those conclusions even if it's not correct inherently. Like it's just gonna happen. Like that's just how these games are set up much of the time, you know. So I don't know, I feel like the Silent Hill fandom is interesting to say the least. I don't really affiliate with the fandom much of the time. I only know much of the fans from like these streams and also people who comment on the videos, but a lot of the time people get really preachy, and you know, it could come off as like really toxic, and I don't like that, you know. I feel like if you want to have like really productive conversation, distance yourself from, you know, being like really like, you know, pretentious and,
you let people kind of like talk and allow them to come to conclusions, even if like they're not correct, because it allows you to kind of like, you know, derive some different interpretations and perspective, right? But like that's just me. Like that's just like how I see things, you know, and I feel like that's not too bad. I feel like if there's like some like productivity there and it's like overbearingly toxic and actually allows for like some food for thought, then I think it's like, you know, that's pretty cool. And I would like more of that. So yeah. I like what Jay is saying. To be honest, this is the only Silent Hill fandom that I interact with. Really. I feel like there's definitely like Silent Hill, like, I don't know, like maybe like forums that are like pretty interesting to say the least. That's not mine. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely like some like Silent Hill circles out there that are approachable, right? Like I would say so, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Not cool. Sorry, I've already heard enough of the purgatory, time loop, and trouble in therapy town theories. It's almost SCP tier flanderization of the concept of Silent Hill. I've seen a lot of discourse over the time loop with, I think, Silent Hill Remake, right? And the purgatory thing, and I think also the Silent Hill phenomenon retconning, I guess, the lore. But I get why, and it's to allow more, excuse me, allow much more options to explore, I guess, Silent Hill as a concept, really. Yeah, I think you just kind of have to really take what this is, the franchise, and just like work with it if you really want to, and if not, then you know that's for you to decide, I guess. So yeah. I like how Silent Hill has least LARPing and no LARPing in the community, unlike Resident Evil. There's some like LARPing, maybe. There's the joke of like people knowing Silent Hill because of like a 4-hour, 6-hour video essay analysis, and I'm joking, but also being like partially true saying this, but a lot of people like, you know, make the joke that Silent Hill fans aren't true Silent Hill fans unless you watch like a 4 to 6 hour analysis video describing like the themes and symbolism and, you know, the theories or whatever off of like your favorite YouTube video essayist or something like that. Yeah. Same, it's so toxic only not with you, Jay. Oh, thank you, Marco. I don't ever want to be toxic when it comes to fandoms or Silent Hill, because why? Like, I don't want to be like, you know, someone to kind of like go to and set myself up as like the Silent Hill, like, you know it all, or you know, I guess the person in question that knows everything, because truthfully I don't. You know, I'm human, much like how we all are, so obviously like I've done my research and I'm a huge nerd when it comes to this franchise, but I don't want to hold myself on a pedestal when it comes to these things. Like that's not for me to do. I'm just a guy. I'm just some guy that just is a huge nerd when it comes to this franchise, and you know, just likes to like hyperfixate on it and just geek about it. So yeah. Don't track the Silent Hill fan groups on Facebook. They will attack you if you even suggest that any other game after Silent Hill 4 is good. Well, damn, that sucks. Good thing I don't have Facebook, and no reason to even have Facebook whatsoever, I guess. I think it's because of Silent Hill 2, and Silent Hill 2 invites a lot of people that are pretentious. It brings a lot of people that just like the vibe and not what's in the game. It's okay to like vibes. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to like vibes in the games, but yeah, like I think it does definitely have that sort of like invitation, no. And I can see why it sort of like invites that sort of like discourse and maybe like
Let me out of here!
conversation maybe that does more damage than good.
What do you mean?
JLarp Silent Hill, you should see him when he dresses up as Harry Mason. I really want to cosplay as Harry Mason again. It's just way too hot to be wearing a leather jacket. Yeah.
No.
Why Resident Evil question mark? Is it because the main protagonists are hot? Probably. But also because Resident Evil is just really iconic and really easy to just get into, I think, compared to Silent Hill.
I know his name is
Should have raided your fridge. We plan to afterwards. To get the chalky milk. Jay is the most chill Silent Hill fan. Oh, thank you, Payne. I'm just a chill guy. As the meme as the meme goes. I hate how this character drinks chocolate milk. It goes through me like nails on a chalkboard, lol. Oh no, I'm sorry, Peculiar. I don't think I could have chocolate milk either, so you know, sentiment is there. You should have seen it in 2011. It was quite the war zone. I was 10 years old in 2011. Especially the people who think Homecoming was going to be great because they were going to copy RE4's combat. Oh yeah, yeah. If you look at the development footage for Silent Hill Origins, they were really inspired by the third person over the shoulder camera angle and gameplay from Resident Evil 4. Yeah, there's documentation of that with its beta releases on YouTube. Um, it's really bizarre when you kind of compare it, and thank God they didn't go with that. I'm glad they kind of pertain to the original camera design and gameplay scene Origins. Yeah, that would have been really, really bad. I would say. Can we see Cynthia? I don't think we can, but let's see. Especially the people who think Homecoming was going to be great because they were going to copy. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Get me out of here! I'm trapped in this room. All we see is Robbie. Roberto the bunny. Wait until the winter? I love winter. I wish it was winter or fall, whichever. Joe, you're literally the most humble horror creator on the internet. You're good, in fact. Ahem. Like and subscribe. Thanks for coming. Like and subscribe. Marco just unapologetically just being the hype man, and channel just like I don't know promoting the channel. I appreciate it. You really don't have to, but I do appreciate it though. We don't need the inventory yet because that's for a later puzzle, I think. Yeah, okay. We do have the chocolate milk though. I'm gonna put the pistol away because I don't really need the pistol right now, I think. It's too hot to be wearing it anyway though. Yeah. Anyway, what do you mean anyway? Shane Bettenhausen, who worked at 1UP, said Soundal's combat was always shitty, and the fans who hate Homecoming RE4 style combat wrong. Oof, that's a hot take. I wouldn't say Soundal's combat is shitty. I think that's a little bit disingenuous to say, really, especially given the console in question that the Soundal games were on. I do think, though, it was very experimental, and maybe not the main priority, but I think given for what it is worth, it's very, very functional. And I wouldn't say it's deliberately like, you know, shitty or dysfunctional, you know? Like it's functional. It's just probably more practical, I think. Um yeah. Also the wine bottle. I just realized that we had the wine bottle. I wish winter was year round. Me too, Benji. Me too. Me too. Chocolate, chocolate. The purpose of life is to like, comment, subscribe to Sound Archives. Thank you, Chocolate. I appreciate it. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Oh god, yeah. I can't imagine. Yeah, how they talk about Silent Hill most outside of this place because the TISM comes out, and then I feel like I overshare LOL, or someone tries to police the mother of all subjective horror game series. Yeah, it happens. I would say stay away from Reddit, unless maybe there's like a Reddit thread that's like actually not too bad. Maybe forums too, I don't know. I don't really know much of the Silent Hill fandom outside of maybe YouTubers like Nub Zombie, The Gaming Muse, a good friend of the channel, Silent Hillside, and I guess Max Duret, but other than that, like I don't really affiliate with them. And that's because like I'm just to myself much of the time. I'm just like an asocial person. And you know that's just by choice. I just don't really socialize much with people, but I'm definitely down to like socialize with like other YouTubers too. I just don't really know what the other community is like when it comes to like other like you know Silent Hill content creators or like fandoms. Really, all I know is that I just don't want to like invite toxicity and like negativity because like why, like what does that even do? It brings nothing but just like contentment and just like unproductive like conversation when we could be having something that's like meaningful and you know productive. And I don't know, just something chill, you know. That's also like you know for the streams too, is just for people to just like chill and relax and have a good time. Can I give this to you or oh okay, it was X. I don't know why. Okay, Jasper Bean drinking chocolate milk in 4K.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Sano's combat has always been intentionally clunky by design to give you
Here,
that
take
feeling
this.
that you're playing as an average person and not
There's
some
something written
experienced
on
fighter. That too, yeah, I think that also kind of coincides with the combat too, which I think is actually really cool in terms of like detail as well. Let's get the hatchet. Oh, I'm sorry, the shovel. Spade, my bad, spade. Yeah. If you're older, 2005, 2015 was a war zone for the fandom. The internet culture is definitely different back in the day, so I mean, you know, it is what it is. I hate the new combat, which just stuck to its guns with the combat being an afterthought and exploration being the main gameplay loop. Oh, do you mean like with Silent Hill 2 Remake or Silent Hill F tipping? Is that what you mean? Ouchie. Can we just serpentine? I just want to serpentine, honestly. I don't really want to indulge in combat right now. What's up, bro, and everyone? Hey, what's up, Tattoo Dad? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're playing Silent Hill 4. The Room. How you doing? How's it going? Hopefully all is well. If you're playing a Silent Hill game for just the combat, then the games are not for you. Yeah, exactly this. These games are not for you if you're playing solely for the combat. No. Silent Hill, the best way to describe these games, is it's very methodical compared to like its contemporaries like Resident Evil, for example. Silent Hill is a very methodical game series, and it really shows. And I think if that's something that doesn't really come across to you, then I think it's probably not for you, unfortunately. Never mention Reddit. Intentional as its traditional survival horror design. F, I mean? Ah, I see. Gotcha. Silent Hill Reddit, in a nutshell, is saying you love Heather, then you get 40 comments like, do you mean Cheryl? Did you even play? Also the people that just, for some reason, paints Heather in a very, let's just say, explicit manner, unfortunately. But hey, that's Reddit for you. I'm doing good, just relaxing and and I'm all about some Silent Hill. Let's go. Oh, nice, Tattoo Dad. I'm glad you can relax with stream today. Okay, let's do this little puzzle really quickly. And get the golf club, I guess, I suppose. If you're playing Silent Hill just for the combat, then you're missing out on so much about the franchise, and at that point you might as well just play Resident Evil. Yeah, I agree, but that's the thing though. I think the reason why there's this huge appeal for Resident Evil is because it just is really, I think, as in terms of a game, very catered to people who are casual and easygoing, compared to Silent Hill, which is much more complex in terms of its like, again, like its narrative and its themes and its sort of like gameplay loop as well. I feel like a lot of the time it's very multifaceted compared to Resident Evil, which is just like much more casual and easygoing, you know, and that's intentional by design, which is why it's really hard for Silent Hill to kind of like get that I would say notoriety compared to the likes of Resident Evil, at least to me in terms of speculation. So yeah. I still can't wrap my hands that people say RE1's combat is just a-okay, while the ability to use melee weapons better and moving and shooting with Harry Mason is bad. Yeah, it's kind of odd, to say the least. The best way I can describe the combat in Silent Hill games is serviceable. It works. It's not great. It's not the worst. It's serviceable, and I think there's nothing wrong with serviceable. If it works, then it works, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, yeah, so we put this in the chest, and then we have to go backtrack a little bit, and yeah. Harry auto aims like a damn marksman champ. Yeah. She's 17. She is 17, yeah. And people don't see a problem with that. Some really disgusting people, to say the least. Yeah. I agree. Shooting Heather that way is incredibly weird. Unfortunately, that's just the internet for you. And people will be complicit and try to argue. And that's not okay. While it's supposed to be like a sexy rockstar-esque cover, she's more angsty the whole game is with its more early 2000s alt-rock score, so it works with the soundtrack because it was still a little risky. Oh, you're talking about the Silent Hill 3 OST, Tippy? With Heather on the cover art. Yeah, it's a little risky, admittedly. I get the intention, but it's definitely a little risky, to say the least. Strange thing I noticed is that the Halo remake looks so cheap, and Silent Hill remake it looks amazing, but it's the same Unreal Engine 5. I heard about that. I heard the Halo remake had a pretty rough launch. And I don't know, it seems mixed, I think. It seems like people are okay with it, but not really. I don't really know. I haven't played Halo in a while, so. I was telling my poor cousin about him, the spider for like 20 minutes till now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Halo Campaign Evolved uses the Unreal Engine 5, but I did hear that it's really well optimized at least. So, I mean, hey, I mean, it has that going for it, so, you know, that's cool, I suppose. It's 343 renamed to Halo Studios. What did people expect? Yeah. Not really great at sugarcoating it, it seems. Yeah. The competency crisis in the video industry is real, I suppose. The Halo remake is not anything to blow your mind about. Forget about Halo and look forward to the new Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, and then there's like Resident Evil 0 remake, and then Resident Evil 1 remake, and then Resident Evil 5 remake, and then Resident Evil 6 remake. It sounds like I'm shitting on it. I'm joking, but then I think like, oh wait, Silent Hill might get that treatment too, and it is of Silent Hill 1 remake, and you know, assumingly Silent Hill 3 remake, and then Silent Hill 4 remake, but you know, remakes are just kind of the new fad. Actually, not fad. Fad implies that it's just kind of short term. It's definitely long term for sure. We need to get the key. So yeah, but remakes are just kind of the new thing, you know? Oh, do we, right, so we need to go searching. There we go. Yeah, got the key. I have a friend who wants to get into Silent Hill but hasn't played the game, so they asked me for a brief summary about the games. Can you imagine asking someone for a brief summary about the Silent Hill games? Oh boy, that, good luck with that. Oh man, you know the meme with the guy who has like the glasses on and he's kind of like he has like the girl on his like shoulder or something, and he's just like talking to her like that. Yeah, that's like me, but with like Silent Hill. Just someone who like wants to get into the Silent Hill games or something. Okay, so Silent Hill started back pre-1700s with the English colonizing the Native Americans in the town called Silent Hill. It's so, oh man, that's so funny. Oh man. I would say if you're trying to get into Silent Hill, just go for it. Just go for it. Just play the remake. There's nothing wrong with it. Play Silent Hill F. Just get your hands on any game that you can, and it's fine. It's okay. Make your friend play the HD collection as a joke. I don't think that joke is gonna deliver because I'd have to get a PS3 and a physical copy of the HD collection. I think that's the real joke there. That being me as the punchline, buying a PS3 and a physical copy of HD collection, or Xbox, really, whichever. I might play Resident Evil 1 remake, but I kind of stopped playing the Resident Evil franchise after Silent Hill came back. You know. Interesting. I don't know if I'm a Resident Evil fan per se. I think I just enjoy Resident Evil casually. But I do remember for a time, I definitely was a huge Resident Evil fan, maybe. I don't mind playing the games, but I'm not invested as I am like with Silent Hill for like, you know, in retrospect. Brief summary that yeah, I doubt Konami will remake any Sonic game past 4. I agree, Zenny, I agree. I don't think that's gonna really happen because just like how poorly they sold, really when people think Silent Hill they think the first 4 games. From a objective standpoint though, just 2. Just 2. Just Silent Hill 2. It's falling apart and I can't even read more of the pages. Here's a part I can read. Don't. Tom Waltz did that crap with those horrible comics. I don't know who Tom Waltz is. Sorry. Well, you see, there's this video Jay made. The second sign, and God said, offer the blood of the 10 sinners and the white oil. Be then released from the bonds of the flesh and gain the power of heaven. From the darkness and void bring forth gloom, and gird thyself with despair for the giver of wisdom. Hey, that's us. That's me, Henry. The third sign, and God said, return to the source through sin's temptation under the watchful eye of the demon. Wander alone in the formless chaos. Only then will the four atonements be in alignment. Dude, my brain can't handle yapping about Silent Hill. The best way I can suggest is play the game mark and just stream it for them. That works too. I can't wait to see Silent Hill 1 remake with the Unreal Engine 5. Oh, happy days ahead. Yeah, me too. I think the Unreal Engine 5 has a lot of potential that's left to be, I guess, seen, but I just really hope this time around the engine's really well optimized with Silent Hill 1 remake, because Silent Hill 2 remake at like launch was really much an optimized mess, and it still is unoptimized too, unfortunately. So I will riot if Harry doesn't have his mom jeans in the remake. He better have the mom jeans. I really hope he does. Remove the plate. You got the source placard. Harry male mom. Placard from the Forest World. It shows a baby and says source. We'll get a remake of the Silent Hill remake in 20 years. Yep, Silent Hill remake, the remake. I played Silent Hill 2 OG after the remake, and I like the remake better. That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm really happy you enjoy the remake. Also, Jasper screaming. My first horror game was RE1 and Silent 1 OG. Man, I'm old. That's awesome. I love that for you. I would have loved to experience the OG games from back in the day. The problem is it's a subtextual abstraction on a narrative traditionally. That's why you cannot summarize any of its work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You would have to play these games and experience them for what they are to really gain this appreciation and understanding. He has a personal favorite character from the comics set during the 19th century Silent Hill, Howard Blackwood, the immortal mailman trapped in Silent Hill. Gattori. Oh, right. Okay, I know who you're referring to. Okay, you're right, the mailman. I vaguely remember him a little bit, yeah. Tom Watts is the downpour to runner. Gotcha.
The police have ruled it a homicide and are investigating. The number is 171.
He has a personal favorite character from the comics set during the 19th century Silent Hill, Howard Blackwood. Oh, I already read that, sorry. I wouldn't mind if Bibber Team remade Silent Hill Origins and called it Silent Hill Zero, if, like they did in Japan, but I also want to be destroyed if they didn't, just as long as they remake Silent Hill 3. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think you should go back and repurpose something that's already fine and works and functions well. Like, I wouldn't go back and try to remake a masterpiece that's already perfect as it is, such as Silent Hill 1. And there's a reason why the producer, like, stated, personally from his stance that Silent Hill 0 is just like pretty much like fan fiction. It was like not at all necessary. Because like it isn't like you don't need a backstory for Silent Hill 1 because the backstory is already there. You just have to go searching and looking for it. And I think that's like one of like the biggest points of contentions that a lot of people fail to recognize, is that the story is written in the details. It's there. It's just you have to go searching for it and make an effort to understand it. And unfortunately, a lot of people get put off by that and probably don't really care. And like that's fine, but I don't think you should complain when the devil in the details are there. You just have to do the work and effort yourself, because that's just by design. That's just how these games are. And so, I don't think a prequel is necessary. I do think when Silent Hill 1 Remake is made, it would be interesting to have some details of its lore that does kind of form this, I guess, like backstory in some manner. Maybe with the like Alessa Gillespie, like, household fire, and maybe like her backstory, and kind of like building off of that, but not too much, because that would give way too much away. So it's kind of like push, but also pull. You kind of have to refrain when it comes to sort of like, contextual storytelling in a way. When it comes to like writing, you have to have like that sort of like subtext where it gives you an idea, but enough to form the idea yourself. And that's how much of these games function when it comes to its writing in particular. Who's at the door? Is it the pizza man? Is it Eddie? But yeah. Oh, it's Frank. Hey, Frank. The Japanese have a thing about liking media as it was released back then move on to do something new. I see. I'm like not an expert, I just enjoy the games. Me too. And that's fine too as well.
Help! Let me out
And I know the
here!
lore. Even better. If there is lore, there will be
Is
gore.
anybody home?
Yeah. I agree. Dropping a quick like for the algorithm. Oh, thank you, Train Your Dog. I appreciate that, man. That really helps me in many ways more than one. Thank you so much.
What's going on?
Wise words. Indeed. It's Frank. It's Frank. It's the man himself. Much like his son, Frank is also weird too. Frank, I have your beans. That's so funny. And it's even funnier because I could definitely picture him saying that too. Yeah. He's kind of like unofficial, like Uber Eats, DoorDash, like delivery driver or something. I think that's why I get so annoyed when Soundal and Ari are pitted against each other. They're entirely different playstyles and narrative experiences, like comparing DMC and Metal Gear to me. No, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know how you would compare DMC to Metal Gear. Like, that's really weird, because they're both narratively and by design so fundamentally, like, completely different games, especially when it comes to its genre. Like, I don't really know how you would compare the two like that. That's so weird. I have no idea. Maybe in terms of campiness, oh, for sure. Like campiness, absolutely. They're both campy as hell, for sure. But other than that, I don't know. At least Frank knows how to roll up his sleeves before taking the plunge, yeah. You might want to tell that to Konami. He goes to Konami's offices in Japan. I love all game franchises equally. That's a good way to look at it, Payne. I respect that. I respect that. Much respect to you. Their standards for success for the series was to compete with sale numbers against Resident Evil in Japan. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty ironic too, because Kishiro Toyama, when he, the creator of Silent Hill, when he made Silent Hill 1, it completely is derivative of Resident Evil. Maybe in terms of like the camera angle and maybe like some aspects of horror, but they're completely two different entities in themselves. Sure, Silent Hill 1 is survival horror, obviously, but I would argue it's more psychological horror. It's definitely one of the games, I would maybe even argue the game that pushed the notion and idea of like what you can do with psychological horror when it comes to video games. So it is ironic given that context that Konami wanted to compete with Resident Evil, because they're just inherently just two different entities. So are you excited for Silent Hill Townfall? I would say I am interested, but I don't think I'm excited, unfortunately. But maybe my thoughts might change. Never say never, I would say. Again, I don't have my hands on Townfall. I won't know until I do when I complete it and we play it. So yeah, but given what we've seen so far, I'm interested, but I wouldn't say I am excited. It was made to rival Capcom, but they wanted to make its own thing. Yeah, exactly. OMG, literally, there are two different games. One psychological, one is narrative. Both share puzzles, but are two different games. Yeah. They deemed the game as disappointments. That's why Team Silent stays are numbered. They wanted to end the series at Silent Hill 3. They did. They did want to end the series at Silent Hill 3. They were pretty much done after Silent Hill 3, but they had two separate teams working on the games. The other team were working on Silent Hill 4. So, yeah. I wasn't expected to be a success. Was the Beans comment meant to be as a reference to Life is Strange because it's so nice? I don't think so, Bear Plays. I don't think a game from 2004 and a game from 2015 are... You can make a reference to that. So no, I don't think so. Team Silent wanted to compete with Resident Evil, but then decided to do their own thing. Yeah, exactly. Team Silent were pretty much the outcasts of Konami. So I've heard. Dead by Daylight in Japan had the Silent Hill pack bundle to fit. You think it would be Resident Evil? Interesting. I guess so. Townfall just looks whatever to me. Again, it's like background noise, and I don't want it to be. I really do not, because I really do want to be genuinely invested in Townfall, and I hope my thoughts do change when I do play the game. But we'll see. Sato Takayoshi had to threaten to quit if he wasn't allowed to work on Silent Hill as a 3D modeler. Yeah. I'm ready to see a Silent Hill game in first person, aka Silent Hill Townfall. Me too, Tachuda, me too. I really hope they make the best of its potential that it has. I wouldn't be surprised if Silent Hill 4 and PT were used as like frameworks to gain some inspiration off of it. To me, it looks like Townfall may be a retread of Silent Hill 2, but gameplay-wise, looks very fun. It could be fun. I just wish, chat, we saw more gameplay of Silent Hill Townfall, like literally the one thing, and we have not. Yeah, it's sad to think it's Silent Hill is not a priority with Konami compared to other ventures. Same with DMC with Capcom that is popular in Japan, and same team rotates off with off and on and off with Dragon's Dogma. Unfortunately, yeah. But it seems like Silent Hill has become a priority in recent years, and hopefully that's the case. Moving forward, lucky I finally escaped from the cell. I decided to take a careful look around the building. The scariest place was the first floor basement. There's a kitchen in the northeast, but next door in the northwest is a death chamber. To get there, you have to punch in the right numbers. I don't know the numbers, and it was too dark to even see the panel, so I didn't go in. I'm not much excited for Townfall, but can you imagine they add Simon in Dead by Daylight? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be interesting. Hello, hi. Hello. Oh, he's just touching our face. Oh, okay, okay.
He's gonna kill me. Walter's gonna kill me.
Isn't there a cutscene shot?
He's gonna kill me.
Or no? I could have sworn there's a cutscene. I guess not, huh? Alright then. Holy glossy textures in the stream. Yeah. We have a 4K texture pack, or I'm sorry, well, the resolution's 4K upscaled. We have an HD texture pack and some reshade going on, so. I thought so. Townfall will be on Gamescom, hopefully. They show something. Yes, Townfall, Silent Hill Townfall will be at Gamescom next month. So hopefully we get some gameplay. Maybe, I don't know. I hope so, though. Townfall be... Oh, I read that. Nah. That's sloppily written memo. To get to the surveillance rooms in the middle of this complex, you have to use the corpse disposal chutes in the cells. However, on the first and second floors, these cells are locked. That's so the kids wouldn't discover them. So you have to get to the first floor from one of the cells on the third floor. I know how to do it, but it's really a pain. Also, the lights only work on the third floor. Alrighty then. You put the guard's diary into your scrapbook. Let's go save. I still want a Dino Crisis remake. Oh man. I feel like that's like everyone's dream. If not a Resident Evil remake or a Devil May Cry remake, it's a Dino Crisis remake. Konami is probably not confident at all with Townfall, that's why they barely share anything. I don't know. I think it's more of a deliberate decision on their behalf, maybe. I don't really know. Obviously, Konami's the one who has like the last say in all of this at the end of the day. So maybe, I don't know. I feel like Screenburn has to show Konami first and foremost like the trailer or what they want to show and what's allowed, and so I feel like Konami's kind of, you know, maybe deliberately messing up on their end when it comes to what's being shown and why people have that impression of Townfall. So I don't know, don't really have a say, but we'll see. You will see. Stealth radio motion sensor crafting and bad combat, that's what I expect from the ex-Alien Isolation devs. Oh, did the devs actually work on Alien Isolation for Screenburn? Interesting. Haunting Ground? Oh man, Haunting Ground, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Lately I've been feeling like my life is in serious danger. I've been through a lot in my life, but I've never felt this kind of pure animal fear. In case something happens to me, I've decided to write down what I've learned to whoever you are that's living in the apartment now. I've been investigating the mass murder that took place 7 years ago, in which 10 people were killed in 10 days. They were killed in a variety of ways, but the one thing that they had in common was that each corpse had the following numbers in order of their deaths carved into them. 1 out of 21, 2 out of 21, 3 out of 21, 4 out of 21, 5 out of 21, 6 out of 21, 7 out of 21, 8 out of 21, 9 out of 21, 10 out of 21. The name of the killer is carved in a well. His name was Walter Sullivan. It's the guy from Silent Hill 2, chat. It's a Silent Hill 2 reference. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. My shoes. Come to think of it, when and where did I buy the shoes? I don't know, Henry. Maybe them all. Maybe they were loaned as hand-me-downs. Who knows? Oh, hey, Frank. Capcom will never make any Darkstalkers. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I do wonder if Townfall will be the last Silent Hill game on disc. You know, I don't think it will be. I think that will be Silent Hill 1 Remake, which is kind of sad in retrospect, now that I think about it. But yeah, I think Silent Hill 1 Remake might be the last physical media for PlayStation. Okay, chat. Let me save one more time. Oh, actually, I can just make a save state before we end the stream today. Let's do that, actually. Let's make a save state, because we already saved, so. Alrighty then. There we go. Alright, I am done for today, chat. I would stream longer, but unfortunately my bladder kind of hurts right now, unfortunately. I'm trying not to stream more than usual, given just like how much pain I've been in lately when I stream for way too long, and it affects like my health when it comes to like my bladder and my pelvic floor, unfortunately, because I kind of feel a little bit of like a flare up. But yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I hope 3 hours were suffice enough, at least for right now. Yeah, but we'll chat for like a little bit before I go though, just so I can, you know, just chill and chat with you guys. Good stream. Thank you, Chucklock. It's so dumb that you don't own any game you buy now, only license to play it. Yeah, you will own nothing and you will be happy, just as the saying goes. And yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, my beloved. Well, now it is Marvel fighting Takon Souls. Lights. That's the new Marvel vs. Capcom 4. We like to say in silence. Good stream. Thank you, Salarin. Don't go out, Jay. Don't go out. Don't go. Sony, this is your fault. Physical media is dead. Yeah. Sony made a big no-no, and I hope they realize their mistake, but I highly doubt it moving forward. Fortunately, it just seems digital media is the way to go, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for the stream, Jay. Yeah, thank you, Jessconi. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Check if your front door is chained. Seems pretty open to me. Hopefully not when I wake up tomorrow, though. That would be terrifying. That would be terrifying. Thank you for streaming, Restwall. Glad I have time for streams again. Thank you, Lights. I hope to see more of you. It's always fun to have you and chill and chat and hang out, and likewise anyone who's a regular for streams. It's really cool to see you guys again. I missed you guys. I missed our regulars, and it's really fun to see new people come into the streams as well. I've been seeing that lately, and it seems like people have been enjoying streams, so that makes me genuinely really happy to see. I'm really happy to stream likewise as well whenever I can. Good stream. Thank you, Payne. Thank you. Great place to stop. Amazing stream. Thank you so much. Of course, Marco. Of course. No time. No problem. That was a good stream. Thank you, Jack Crowser. Sleep in the pods. The pods. Subscribe. You're chill like the Santo version of Ink Ribbon. Oh, thank you, Nothing, No One Junior. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. I've been compared to the Ink Ribbon before, I believe. I do know the Ink Ribbon, and he seems pretty chill. He seems like a pretty chill guy. So yeah, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. There's a red note under your door. Oh God, no. Oh no. Not Walter Sullivan. Missed you too, Jay. Oh, thank you, Sullivan. Thank you very much. Happy to see everyone too. I'm really glad Lights in the Sky. I definitely have to buy your merch. I definitely have to buy it sometime whenever I have the money to do so. And definitely making a wish list or something for like Silent Hill merch that I want to get eventually when I have the money to do so. But yeah, thanks for the stream. Of course, Pickalier, always gotta stream whenever I can. Thanks for streaming, Heart. Very cool seeing these games streamed, Heart. Thank you, Son Arabian. Always happy to stream these games whenever I can. And yeah. Bye bye, everyone. Bye, Solomon. Bye, see you later. Bye, Blue Chucklock. Bye, Chucklock. Bye-bye. I was the one who compared you to Ink Ribbon, JLOL. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. That makes sense. I guess I could kind of see it in a way. Maybe, I don't know. I guess there's the implication of, well, if there's a chill Silent Hill streamer or Silent Hill YouTuber, then by proxy, there's probably like a chill Resident Evil YouTuber. There's a lot of Resident Evil YouTubers that I know of. I guess when it comes to me, though, I wouldn't know. I guess Ink Ribbon, I suppose. So, who knows? But yeah, who knows? You know, at times I do regret not getting the James body pillow, to be honest. I hope we can get it one day, Peculiar. Have a good night, Zooter. Have a good night. See you later. See you. Yeah, chat. I think that's gonna be me. I'm not eating. I need to eat because my body is hungry, and I need to stay hydrated and drink water before I flare up even more. Unfortunately, it just comes with streams, which sucks. To be honest, I've been like having so much anxiety with streams nowadays because I tend to flare up afterwards, and it really sucks because I love streaming. I do, and it feels like a safe space for me, and I imagine like a lot of people too. But unfortunately, it seems like a byproduct due to my chronic health issues, which really sucks ass. But it's why I've been trying to like stream a little bit less so I can kind of like compromise. So yeah, hopefully that's understandable. Yeah, in retrospect, hopefully it gets better for me though. I really do, because I do love streaming, and I do hope streams become more like a staple moving forward, because I love streams, and it seems like you guys do too. So yeah, but anywho, I'm glad I could stream today, chat. We will be continuing Silent Hill 4 on Wednesday, I hope. If not Wednesday, then Friday for sure. As per usual, obligatory 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wednesday, Friday, Monday, whichever. But if not Wednesday, then for sure Friday. And yeah, we'll be continuing Silent Hill 4. Hopefully we make some progress and we get to like the second half of the game on Wednesday if possible, and Friday we can finish it. And then subsequent weeks we'll continue our little series marathon. And yeah, that's kind of it really. But yeah, anyways, chat, I'm glad I could stream for today for a little. I will see you guys on Wednesday or Friday this week. And yeah, that's kind of it, chat. That's kind of it. I wonder if Homecoming is coming after 4. Origins. We're going in chronological order of release. So after 4, Origins, then Homecoming, then Shattered Memories, and Downpour. And then we'll do Silent Hill 2 Remake, and then Silent Hill F, and then hopefully we'll be right in time for Silent Hill Townfall. And yeah, that's the plan. Anyways, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. As per usual, thank you for the stream, for supporting the streams and coming by to stop by and hang out and say hi. Hopefully, you guys enjoy my preemptive rambles about Silent Hill and just anything video game adjacent in the medium or culture. And hopefully, you guys had a good time. Always happy to stream whenever I can. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope to see you guys in the next stream, and hopefully, the streams are able to suffice as I take my time to work on these new videos. It's been grueling and exhausting, but I really hope I can get one out soon eventually. Hopefully the streams have been good filler. I don't want to say filler because it sounds kind of disparaging of my efforts, but hopefully they make like a good substitution, I guess. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for the donations. Thank you for those that donated. I guess before I leave, as per usual, if you guys want to follow me on my socials, then please, by all means, please feel free to follow me at these links, which I will post right now. If you're new, or if not new, just a regular, just to kind of as a reminder. If you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel. You will get more notifications here for any upcoming streams like this one, or videos that I post whenever I have one in store and ready to go. Here's a channel membership. It's only $1 per month. You get really cool custom emojis, which you may have seen people using. You also get like a little cool channel badge of Rob the Rabbit, which changes throughout each month. So only $1. Supports me, helps me stay afloat with cost of living as well. I also have a donations and tips page. If you're feeling really generous, this has helped me as well in terms of cost of living. Also supply myself with medical costs and needs, and just trying to survive. And finally, we have a Discord server if you want to meet really kind, like-minded individuals who are just big old nerds and geeks when it comes to Silent Hill or just video games in general. I want to just chill and hang out and chat. And yeah, there you go. Hopefully these links work. Let me know. And yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get going, chat. Tired, and I'll see you guys later. But anyways, as per usual and as always, please have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, eat, sleep, rest well, and take your time, chat. Take your time. It's all we can do, and you know what? That's okay. I'll see you guys later. See you guys hopefully on Wednesday. If not Wednesday, then Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, have a great day, chat. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for supporting the channel and me. And hope to see you guys all there next time. Have a great day, chat. Love you all. See you. See you soon. Bye-bye. See you. See you later. See you soon. Bye-bye. See you. Okay, bye-bye, chat. Love y'all. See you soon. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Stay hydrated and stay cool. Try to combat this heat. It's definitely terrible. Yeah, stay chill out there, guys. Stay cool. Okay, bye bye. See you later. Bye bye. See ya. See you soon.